And good evening and welcome to Brevard Sports Network as we've got FHSAA Round 1 playoffs here at Richard Dick Blake Stadium, home of the Cocoa Tigers as they are looking to defend their 3 state championships, try and make it a four-peat. That journey begins tonight. The regular season is done. The Newberry Panthers come into town as they are 5-5. Obviously very familiar opponents as well, but we'll get into that here in just a little bit. But joining me tonight on the broadcast is Chase Alexander. Chase, welcome to tonight's broadcast.
Thank you, Anthony. I'm excited to be here. Playoff football, what a feeling it is. You can feel it in the air. It's just playoff football season here in Brevard County. And what's new, we got a Cocoa Tigers playoff game, and they're looking to come out and dominate in this first round.
Well, right now the Cocoa Tigers started the season a little rough, 2-4, lost to O'Galley. Everybody remembers that first time they lost in 25 games to a Brevard County team, and all of a sudden got the bye week. They've rattled off 3 wins. They've outscored their opponents 101-9, and the Cocoa Tigers got that mojo back. One of the things, as I was doing some research, Chase, one of the things that kind of stood out to me, you know, Champ Smith has played better here in the second half of the season than he did in the first half. In these last 3 games, he's completed 73% of his passes, thrown for over 600 yards, and has 5 touchdowns here in these last 3 games the Cocoa Tigers have won. So I think it really does start. Obviously, we know the dark side defense. We'll get into them for a second. But Champ Smith, it starts with him tonight and how he performs. Can he continue what he's done the last 3 weeks?
Yeah, and Champ Smith has to protect the football tonight. You cannot give free possessions to this Newberry offense. This is the offense that will control the clock, and they will control the game if you give them a couple of free possessions for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you go back to Zay Chappell, what he's done this season, over 200 yards on this season. Javion Scott, over 400 yards, averaging 8.3 per touch. And so, listen, he's got weapons. One name to keep an eye on that's really come on late for the Cocoa Tigers is Cayman Varys. 16 catches, 179 yards, had a big game last week as well. I think he had about 95 yards in the win over the Rockledge Raiders. So a name to keep an eye on and a target I think Cayman Varys is going to look to try to exploit along with his main weapon, Tank White.
Yeah, Tank White's been such a weapon, especially for Champ Smith to rely on in that intermediate game. We were talking about it a little bit before we went live. Really, Champ Smith thrives in that short to intermediate game when it's on schedule, when he knows where he's going. He really thrives in this offense. And if they can continue that streak of protecting the football and efficiently moving the ball with a run and a pass, this could lead to a lot of success for these Cocoa Tigers tonight.
Yeah, and looking at the Newberry Panthers tonight, they come in 5-5, led by head coach Ed Johnson. This team and the Cocoa Tigers, very familiar. Last year, the regional final, November 29th, 2024. The Cocoa Tigers ended what was a special season for Newberry last year, and that was not just ending it in a close manner. They ended it 40-3. They put an exclamation point on the end of that season for Newberry. I'm sure they've got some revenge that they're looking for. And tonight, these Panthers are going to be led by Caleb Woods, a guy that rushed for 1,000 yards last season, comes into tonight with over 600 yards on the ground, 6 touchdowns as well. But I'll tell you what's interesting. I didn't get any stats for the game against Trinity Catholic, but you look at some of the previous games, Caleb Woods was held out of the end zone. So very curious to see what the plan of attack is tonight for Newberry. They want to run the football. I mean, they've done some really good things, and I think that's where this offense for the Newberry Panthers are going to start.
Yeah, and you talked about it before, this team matching up last year in the playoffs. These are 2 teams that have lost their starting quarterback from last season, and they have taken a tremendous step back. Cocoa obviously picked it up these last couple of weeks of this season, but Newberry was 10-3 last year, and like you said, district winner, high seed in the playoffs, and they got boat raced by Cocoa 40-3. So these are 2 teams that are going to really a lot of question marks for these teams. Can their quarterbacks get it done in the playoffs? We knew last year they both have star quarterbacks. And like you said, Caleb Woods, is he going to get in the end zone tonight? He's had a cold stretch. Can he keep it up this season and last season?
Yeah, no, it'll be interesting to see what Newberry does. And also, along with the Panthers, keep your eyes out for Hayden Moore, the senior wide receiver. He's a Minnesota Gopher commit. Last year, phenomenal season stat-wise, but for the Newberry Panthers, they just haven't been able to throw the football like they usually did last season. So Hayden Moore has seen a dip in those numbers, still over 200 yards, 22 catches, and a touchdown. He's also got 11 rushes with 46 yards. They're going to try and create ways to get him the football over the course of this game here tonight. And then looking at the challenge for this dark side defense, this offensive line, and Chase, you knew about linemen.
Yeah.
This offensive line, Morgan Wilson, 6'4", 340 pounds. Brandon Sullivan, 6'5", 355. You got 305, 280. Smallest lineman's 247. That's a pretty big offensive line.
Yeah, when you got Brandon Sullivan, 6'5", left guard, I mean, come on. That you can't – when you get down in the trenches and you have a guy that size, that powerful, that big, if he can move in space, I haven't seen it, but if they're running some pull plays and he could get in space, it's going to be free running for Caleb Woods tonight.
And then the guy to keep an eye on tonight for the Tigers defense is going to be Jermaine Waters. He had 2 sacks against Rockledge. I think we're going to have to see Jermaine Waters really impact this game in tackles for loss in the run game to force Newberry to go throwing, and then he can get after the quarterback. But that's where they're going to have to be disruptive because this is a big offensive line. Again, you look at Tremaine Wells, Redmond Thompson, the guys that they send in as well. Chris Patterson, Mel Mitchell, those guys are going to have a lot of work to do on the interior to try and keep these big offensive linemen from creating holes for Caleb Woods. And so we will see who I think the Tigers are getting the ball. So, but I think it'll be interesting tonight as, again, a lot of people picked the Cocoa Tigers to win big over Newberry tonight. I think for Newberry, they want to slow things down. They want to run the football. They want to be really good in trying to run the football tonight, and that's going to be key for them because if they can do that, Chase, I think they're going to be able to hang with these Cocoa Tigers.
Yeah, they just have to stay ahead of these sticks. We talked about the defensive line. We talked about the offensive line. That's really honestly going to be the key to this ball game. If Newberry can stay ahead of the sticks and control that defensive line from the Tigers, they could easily be in this ball game all game long.
So the Panthers are going to receive the opening kickoff here. So we will see quarterback Kobe Johnson, Caleb Woods, and the standout wide receiver Hayden Moore here to open up this series and this game. I know we got a lot of great games on the slate for you here on Brevard Sports Network. We got Titusville, Merritt Island. I know our good buddy Alan Slaughter-Zinski's down there doing that one. We've also got Jackson Robb doing OCP and MCC this evening. Ron Lighthall and company over in Vieira doing the Riverview game as well. We'll try and keep you up to date with scores through those games and many more as we got, obviously, Rockledge and Melbourne traveling across the state.
Tough games.
And we got Heritage traveling south, another tough game.
St. Thomas Aquinas, wow.
Yeah, no, you don't. If you're seeing St. Thomas Aquinas, you want to see them Final Four state championship.
It was a prayer for Heritage to still be in this thing. I'm sure they're blessed and happy to keep this thing going, but they are running into a dynasty down there in St. Thomas.
Very much so. So we're going to see, I believe, Jamarcus Wimbley along with Hayden Moore back deep to return for the Newberry Panthers. Keelan Gonzalez will kick things off for the Cocoa Tigers. The Tigers coming 5-4, the Newberry Panthers 5-5. And this game is brought to you by our good friends at Gamers R Us. They are back on BSN supporting the Cocoa Tigers. And if you got a gamer in your life, you are in luck because Gamers R Us is growing the gaming community focused on cards, boards, tabletop, and video games. You can check them out and more at Gamers R Us. So Keelan Gonzalez getting ready to swing that leg and get this round one of the FHSAA playoffs going here at Richard Dick Blake Stadium. The ball is in the air, and Hayden Moore's going to have a chance to return it from his own 8. Goes up the middle, and he's quickly tackled. Great job there, and that was Trenton Washington who made the stop and the tackle, and that's where the Newberry Panthers will start. They'll start on their own 23. So we're going to see Tremaine Wells and Redman Thompson start things off. Again, I think those two guys tonight are going to be key as we're going to see that big offensive line come into play here for the Newberry Panthers. They will run a couple of different offensive linemen in. Elijah Scott in right now, along with Tavarius Norris, the 2 guards. One guy to keep an eye on as well is Zayden Wilcox, a freshman, talented, made some plays already. Kobe Johnson with the handoff to Woods. Woods trying to shake 2 guys. He does. Turns upfield, makes some moves, continues to churn, and he'll be brought down at the 29 Great job there by O'Keefe's Battle coming up from his safety spot and making the stop. A gain of about 6 as he takes it to the 30.
Yeah, that's a situation that Cocoa has to capitalize on. You get hands on a guy in the backfield. 3 different guys back there, has a chance to make a tackle, ends up getting 6 yards. That could be crucial if that continues.
Caleb Woods has offers from USF and a couple of Big Ten schools, Indiana, Wisconsin, just to name a few.
How about Indiana?
Yeah, how about the Hoosiers right now? So second down and about 4. Ball is spotted on the 29. See 3 men in motion. That's going to be Moore as well as Keandre Williams and Wilcox as the handoff goes to Caleb Woods. Woods will gain a yard, and he's brought down by a handful of Cocoa Tigers. Leading the way is Kyrie Brooks.
Yeah, and that looked like an audible play from Johnson. I don't know if that was designed, kind of a pre-snap motion, but looked like he called out a couple guys, moved some guys around on that line, so that senior leadership, if he's calling audibles on that offensive line, is going to be important.
So we're looking at about 3rd and 3.5 here for the Newberry Panthers. They need to get to the 34-yard line to safely get a first down. We'll see them go ahead and spread things out here. 3 receivers set to the top of your screen. Hayden Moore, the receiver, so dangerous at the bottom. Kobe Johnson looking to throw, throws it out in the flats to Caleb Woods. Woods trying to get to the edge, and he's going to be stopped just short by a yard. He'll get to the 33, and it'll be 4th and short.
Great open field tackle that time. Almost let him slip away, but just enough to trip him up and bring him up short.
Also, all right, they're going to give him the first down.
Wow.
All right, I thought they had to get to the 34, determined by the sticks, but the refs say first down. So, first down for the Newberry Panthers.
Okay.
So far, 3 touches for Caleb Woods. And again, he's the guy, from what I've gathered here tonight, Chase, has been the main guy for this Newberry team.
Yeah, definitely the focal point of this offense. They're going to run everything through Woods.
Again, averaging 148 yards per game this season on the ground. Quick pitch to Hayden Moore, trying to get him into space, and they do. He slips tacklers across the 40 and knocked out of bounds at midfield. And we got a penalty flag that flies, and that's going to be on Darius Phillips.
Yeah, a lot of people could argue that call, but he was well out of bounds. That was the right call there by the ref, and just not the smartest play that time by Phillips. And again, just open field tackling, they have to improve. This is going to get out of hand if they're unable to bring him down when they get a paw on him.
I was about to say, he crossed a lot of traffic, and there was a lot of guys that had their hand on him, but they couldn't quite bring him down. And so now Newberry, the ball was about midfield is where he was knocked out, so they're going to move it 15, and this is going to move it in deep to Cocoa Tiger territory. They'll move it to the 35.
Yeah, one of the keys to the game for the Newberry Panthers was stay ahead of the sticks, and that's exactly what they've done, gotten consistent 2, 3, and 6-yard gains.
So Kobe Johnson in the shotgun. We'll see Williams along with Wilcox, the receivers in motion. Hayden Moore, the receiver at the bottom of your screen. First down and 10 from the Tiger 35. Kobe Johnson rolling to his right, pressure coming from Wilson, and he throws that one away, and that is a good call by the quarterback, Kobe Johnson.
Oh, we got a flag late. Looked like some talking was going down there in the trenches. That's an early flag. If that's a unsportsmanlike conduct, this is early in the game.
Well, as I say, it's an illegal man downfield, so I was about to say the –
no, I got it.
Okay, yep, illegal man downfield for the Newberry Panthers, so that's going to back them up.
Okay.
Back them up to the 40.
Came a little late. I thought it was maybe going to be something jawing down there.
Probably the ref just couldn't quite get that flag out of his pocket.
Must have been.
So first down and 15 after the penalty by the Panthers. Again, 4 wide receivers set. Caleb Woods in the pistol. Right now, both safeties kind of working their way towards the box for the Cocoa Tigers. Handoff to Woods, and Woods is going to be swallowed up quickly. Actually, check that. That is Jamarcus Wembley, who's the running back on that one. Jermaine Waters was leading the way along with Tremaine Wells. So, again, good job on that right side of that dark side defense, bottling up Jamarcus Wembley.
Yeah, we've already seen these Panthers are not easy to take down, and It looks like this is the type of team late in a game, that's when they really succeed in the run game. These guys are relentless to go down, and that tires out a defense. That defense already looks like hands on hips out there I see from that defensive line. I mean, they are chasing after guys. It took 5 guys to tackle Kim Wimberly there.
Jamarcus Wimbley, 64 carries, 418 yards on the season, to go with along with 5 touchdowns, as we got 8:56 to go here in the Gamers R Us scoreboard here in the first quarter. The Newberry Panthers currently driving. No scores. We get an officials. Do we get an officials timeout or a timeout?
I think it was a timeout by Newberry, I believe. Oh, no, officials timeout.
Okay, so an officials timeout here, and with 8:55 to go. And so far, we've seen Caleb Woods with a decent run on first down. Hayden Moore breaking off a 17-yard run, but then a 15-yard unsportsmanlike penalty tacked onto the end of the run. And that is how the Newberry Panthers have the ball at the 40 of the Cocoa Tigers.
Yeah, right now the Tigers defense in a great spot, 2nd and 15. A team that does not want to pass the ball in Newberry. So, and a secondary that is pretty elite for this Tigers defense this season with C.J. Hester, Darius Phillips.
Well, see, and this is where, it's tough because a methodical offense like Newberry, they can't really afford penalties because they got to stay ahead of the sticks.
Yep.
And you got to do that against the Tigers, and right now they look at a 2nd down and 15. 3 receivers set to the top side. Woods gets the handoff. He's going to sprint to his right, turns it upfield, makes a man miss, and he's still on his feet as he gets across the 30, inside the 30, about the 27-yard line, and nearly got all the penalty yardage back.
How about that run from Caleb Woods? It was a miscommunication in the backfield with Johnson and Woods. They ran to opposite sides of the handoff, and I don't know how Woods got it done, but he ended up getting close to a first down, a yard away from a first down. So 14-yard run out of a miscommunication in the backfield.
Yeah, I was going to say, ball sitting on the 28, 27-yard line. Be 3rd down and short. And, we talked about staying ahead of the sticks. Well, the Newberry Panthers did that, as we see Hayden Moore, along with Wilcox and Williams, as Woods gets the handoff, goes up the gut, and he'll be close. We'll see the spot.
If he's not there, it's most definitely 4-down territory for the Panthers. You got to go for it here, the way that you're running the football.
They did not get it, so they're going to be at the 26. And, if you checked out Alan Solarzynski's preview this morning, Newberry doesn't exactly have a kicker within the range here. So, you're kind of in between, and I think this is a no-brainer for the Panthers to try and go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a 40-yard field goal from here. A lot of high school teams don't have a kicker that can execute a 40-yard field goal. So,
oh, don't worry. Give it 10 years. NFL kickers are hitting 70-yarders.
I know. It's insane.
So,
jumped off
and
sides.
that's going to be on Morgan Wilson to get the false start. I don't think this necessarily takes you out of calling an offensive play, but
you got to still go for it here. It'll be 4th and 6 here. I mean, definitely not what they wanted, but they're gonna have to deal with it. Newberry is.
So that'll back it up to the 31 after the false start penalty. And a good Cocoa crowd tonight. I think the crowd kind of impacting the snap count on that one. As we look at about 7 minutes to go on the Gamers R Us scoreboard here in the first quarter of round 1 of the FHSAA playoffs. 4th down and 6. Ball needs to get to about the 25 for a first down. Kobe Johnson looking to throw. He's going to throw one up for Hayden Moore, and that one's going to be incomplete. Nobody in the vicinity. A miscommunication and a turnover on downs, and the dark side defense holds.
Yeah, that was a perfect play call there. Moore was open. Just looked like he stumbled coming out of that route. Good coverage. I believe that was Phillips, number 3 on Moore, man-to-man coverage. Got him off his initial route just enough to cause the incompletion. So good stand, like you said, by that dark side defense, giving Champ Smith the ball and a chance to take the lead early in this ball game.
6:43 to go here in the Gamers R Us scoreboard here in the first quarter. No score as the Cocoa Tigers have the ball on the 31-yard line. And we'll see Champ Smith in this offense. What does Coach Ryan Schneider have up his sleeve on this opening drive here for the Cocoa Tigers? Again, Javion Scott, Zay Chappell, they have done a nice job this season. Both guys over 600 yards on the ground, 9 touchdowns.
Yeah, and this Newberry defense is definitely a step back from last year. Last year forced 19 turnovers and 41 sacks last year. This year, 12 turnovers, still plenty of turnovers, but just 3 sacks this season from that defensive line for Newberry.
And Edward Bennett, number 44, is the guy to keep an eye on for them. He's got 9 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, as Chase alluded to. He's kind of been their guy. But another one is to check out is Carter Yelks, along with Ben Russell, lining up with that defensive tackle. Newberry showing a little bit of a blitz, but now backing out of it. Low snap, Champ Smith hands off to Scott. Scott testing the outside, turns it upfield, and maybe 2 yards on that one.
And Tavion Scott, what a skill player he is. I mean, just a pure athlete is Tavion Scott. Guy that you don't want to see in open field if you're a defender.
No, and this defensive line as Coco gets back to the line quickly. Low snap once again, pitch out to Scott, and it's going to be snuffed out quickly, and that was met by Elijah Beckford as he had that toss play sniffed out, and that's going to be a loss of about 5 as he's dropped back at the 30.
Yeah, just a bad turn of events there. Newberry brought pressure, and the snap was low, and the pitch was a little slow to Tavion Scott. Didn't give it a chance to really break a tackle.
So 3rd and 11. Ball needs to get to the 41 of the Cocoa Tigers for a first down, and we got a penalty flag. And we got a sideline warning on the Cocoa Tigers. And you don't want to see a sideline warning this early in the ball game. 5:46 to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Snyder's still chipping over there. Got to be careful.
So right now, 5 wide receivers set here. I believe that's Tank White in the slot. Champ Smith looking to throw. Steps up into the pocket, now going to run for it. And he's going to be caught from behind. Leading the way is Darius Dubose. And that'll bring out the punting unit. And again, I don't hate the decision. If you don't see something there, don't put the ball in harm's way.
Need
Get
to
yardage
force
what you can.
We saw that earlier in the season where he was kind of just chucking it up in a double, triple coverage. So not a bad decision there by Champ Smith. But I talked about how the pressure hasn't been there for Newberry this season. And on that play, pocket collapsed pretty quick, and Smith got out of there.
So we're going to see Keelan Gonzalez, Ramirez punt this one away. 25 punts on the season, averaging about 30.4 yards. And we'll see a returnable for the Newberry Panthers. And that is Williams on the return as he gets it to about the 37-yard line. And it'll be a decent return for the Newberry Panthers.
Yeah, and Johnson and Woods will come out with good field position here. It's about the 36-yard line. I mean, if they can do what they did on that previous drive, I mean, just penalties really is the only thing that stopped them. They had the false start on 4th and 1, the illegal man downfield to bring it to 2nd and 15. So penalties the only thing that really halted that drive for the Panthers.
And the Newberry Panthers took about 5 minutes off the clock on their opening drive. The Cocoa Tigers about 2 minutes off the clock for theirs. So this Cocoa Tigers defense is going to try and create some turnovers and some short fields. Kobe Johnson throws quickly to Zayden Wilcox, and Wilcox is snuffed out, and that was snuffed out there by Tyon Jacobs.
What a play by Jacobs. That's a form tackle right there. Loss of 2 yards. That was like I don't know if you know Edge, WWE, that was an Edge spear right there.
I know a little bit.
Those of you who know will get that tackle right there. That was beautiful.
I just still remember the days of the WWF and WCW.
Okay. So maybe Goldberg would have been a better reference.
That's not bad. As we look at 2nd down and 12 now for the Newberry Panthers, we'll see 3 receivers to this near sideline. Hayden Moore at the top of your screen. Woods now to block. Kobe Johnson looking to throw, going deep, throwing it into double coverage, and it's going to be incomplete. Great. We got a flag there, too. We'll see where I got a flag on the near sideline, not where the pass was thrown. Looks like that was intended for Javion Long for the Panthers. That pass was, and that was in a double coverage, and it looked like Deron Guilford and Darius Phillips were in on the coverage.
And the penalty that time was a legal man downfield and declined to keep it 3rd and 12.
So 2 illegal man downfield. They're going to have to work on that one.
That wasn't even a play action. That was a straight drop back there. So
Well,
Not quite sure what happened.
I'm curious as to why Newberry, they've had success running the football. They've probably put it up in the air the last 3 or 4 times out.
They're trying to catch Cocoa by surprise, and Cocoa's not having it. I mean, they're prepared for that pass.
Hayden Moore, Keandre Williams, the receivers to the bottom of your screen. Zayton Wilcox on the inside slot near the line of scrimmage. Kobe Johnson all alone. 3rd down and 12. Ball needs to get to the 47 for a first down. Pressure coming. Johnson looking to throw. He's got to get rid of it. And he does. And we got a penalty flag that flies.
Yeah, I mean, number 78.
Morgan Wilson.
Yeah, I mean, he is at the about almost to the 40-yard line. I mean, that's 6 yards ahead of line of scrimmage. I don't know if that's going to be another penalty. That's exactly what it is. So I'm not quite sure what's happening right now with that.
So the Newberry Panthers called 3 times already for a legal man downfield, and again, just throwing the football here essentially on 3 straight plays.
Yeah, I mean, the Tigers defense is doing a good job of their game plan, keeping them behind the sticks. I think Newberry's a little bit in their head with the play calling right now when they get behind the sticks.
Bush will kick this one away, and it'll take a Newberry bounce as the ball will go to the – I should check that. I'll take a Cocoa bounce, and it'll go with a 35, and that's where the Tigers will take over.
Big credit to that secondary for the Cocoa Tigers. Golford, along with Hester.
So the Cocoa Tigers and the Newberry Panthers both have exchanged drives, and so far neither team's been able to put points on the board. You go back to the game between these 2 teams last year in the regional final. It was 3-0 after the first quarter. So both teams kind of feeling each other out here in round 1. Handoff to Scott, and Scott will get a couple of yards, still churning those legs, and he's dragged down by Devon Rim. Devon Rim, the leading tackler for the Panthers, 65 tackles, 26 solo on the season. Sniffs that one out, only gained for 2 yards.
Yeah, and how often do you see that where Scott's brought down by one guy, just grabbed by the shoulder pads, strong hands by the middle linebacker, Devon Rim.
Rim done a pretty good job this season. 2nd down and 8 for the Cocoa Tigers. Right now, Champ Smith throws. That one is caught. Great catch by Tank White. Nice job on the hitch. And Tank White with a nice first down catch, and the Cocoa Tigers offense on the move.
Great catch, and Beckford was on the coverage there. It looked like he was going on that. Champ Smith saw his back turned on the go route. And he actually kind of made a great play turning around and giving a contested catch to White. White just outmanned him there.
3 receivers set to the top of your screen. Champ Smith looks to throw on the screen. That's to Varys. Varys eludes one man, makes a second man miss, turns it upfield. Varys with some speed, and he gets the first down and more as he's into Newberry territory.
There's the game plan right there. Let your playmakers play. I mean, get them in open space, get one block. They're going to make a couple guys miss, and that's exactly what happened on first down.
And right now, the Cocoa Tigers offense not letting this Newberry defense breathe. We look at 2:42 to go here on the Gamers R Us scoreboard in the first quarter, no score. Low snap once again. Champ Smith throws it with a sidearm to Varys. Varys trying to get to the sideline, and he'll gain a couple of yards, but a great tackle by Elijah Beckford, just getting those ankles and those shoestrings to upend Cayman Varys.
Was a great tackle, but how about the block by Tank White there, sealing that edge, able to, after the low snap, threw things off, just able to give his guy a chance to break a tackle with the sealed block there by White.
2nd down and 6 for the Cocoa Tigers offense. They get right back to the line. 5 wide receivers set. Smith throws quickly to Varys, and Varys is wrapped up quickly. And that is DeAndre Alfred, the outside linebacker, who wraps him up. It'll bring up 3rd down and about 2 as Varys is brought down to 30.
Tell you what, they're making them work for it. I mean, they're right on the spot when they catch the football.
And see, this is what I'm liking and what I'm seeing from Cocoa right now, just taking what the defense gives you in the underneath and really working to Champ Smith's strengths, which is really that short and intermediate. 3rd down and 2. Ball needs to get to about the 28-yard line for a first down. Champ Smith, quarterback draw. He's going to have the first down yardage and more, and he's going to be wrapped up quickly. Again, DeAndre Alford, but not after he gets the first down. So Champ Smith picking up yet another Tiger first down on this drive.
Great play design that time. We've seen him drop back and throw a quick pass, so obviously the linebacker is going to step away, look for those short routes, and just give space for Smith to step up and pick up the first.
So 3 first downs so far on this drive as we get to play number 7 with 1 minute and 15 to go here in the first quarter. Champ Smith, play action, lasers one to Tank White. Tank White takes a hit from Elijah Beckford, but the pass is complete at the 11.
Tank White's playing like a grown man out there right now. Eating hits, strong hands, and making blocks for his guys. How about Tank White?
Right now, the Cocoa Tigers inside the Gamers R Us red zone. Javion Scott in the backfield, sidecar left to Champ Smith. And the handoff to Scott, trying to bob and weave his way through the defensive line. He wrapped up for a couple of yards, gets to about the 6.
And they still have an opportunity to pick up a first down here. That first down marker place looks like it's about the 2-yard line, so not quite 2nd and goal.
Now my curiosity is does the Cocoa Tigers get this in the end zone before the end of the first quarter? Trips, and we're going to see an encroachment on the Newberry Panthers. And unfortunately for the Panthers, leading the charge was Darius DeBose. He was a little early.
Trying to get a head start to stop up Scott in that run game.
So that'll take it inside the 5 to about the 3. We're entering the 9th play of this drive.
And I love how this drive has formed out for Cocoa. The play calling, the way it's going down, just these quick passes. And then you're also establishing the run.
And again, that's why I go back to that previous Newberry drive. I'm curious to why they threw the ball 3 times. Champ Smith hands it off to Scott. Scott turns it upfield, and
definitely.
They're going to call a touchdown.
Okay.
I wasn't sure what was the situation, and we got penalty flags flying in late. So
I think every referee there threw a flag.
Yeah, in unison.
Scott Strong running the push, the second effort from that offensive line. We'll see what the signal is. It's going to be a touchdown unsportsmanlike on the Tigers. It's going to be enforced on the kickoff. I'm a little surprised they're assessing it on the kickoff and not the extra point. It's a 15-yard
Gonzalez
penalty.
is good, and honestly, you're going to give your return team so much space. As we see Keelan Gonzalez, he's going to nail the extra point, makes it 7-0, and it's going to end the first quarter. The Cocoa Tigers strike first here in round 1 of the FHSAA playoffs here on the Brevard Sports Network. So after a 9-play drive and a 3-yard touchdown run by Javion Scott, the Cocoa Tigers lead the Newberry Panthers 7-0 here as we start the second quarter. And after the unsportsmanlike penalty, the Cocoa Tigers we'll see the penalty enforced on the kickoff. So they're going to back this ball up, and it will be returnable for the Newberry Panthers. They could get some really good field position. That's why these penalties after touchdowns, they're kind of rough, man. You're going to set your defense up in a bad spot because you're going to give them great field position. So
that's 2 personal fouls we've seen on Cocoa already. That was 2 in the first quarter.
Yeah, that's true. So the Cocoa Tigers will kick this one off from the 25. Do want to say thank you to Paul Howard giving us a score update. Merritt Island 14, Titusville nothing in the first quarter. Thanks for everybody watching on YouTube. Really appreciate that. As we've got FHSAA playoff football, and we're going to see Wembley return this one, go to the far sideline. He's got a hole, gets upfield some more, and he will be wrapped up at about the 45. And Newberry will have some good field position here to start this third series for their offense.
Yeah, that was a heck of a boot that time, able to pin him back deep. That was Gonzalez, that strong leg. I mean, he got that to the other, I believe it was to the other 30 he got that to, almost a 25.
So Gonzalez about a 48.2 average so far this season. So we'll see the Newberry Panthers and Kobe Johnson back out on the field. Johnson so far this season, 57 of 98, 7 touchdowns, 4 picks. Also has rushed for over 100 yards this season. First down and 10. Woods with the handoff, tests that left side of the offensive line, is able to get some good yardage as he's upended at midfield. Didn't quite see the Cocoa Tiger defender, but again, nice run by Caleb Woods.
Yeah, Woods is kind of a big running back. Being able to slip through those holes like he does is a pretty impressive, almost the same height as his offensive lineman. Rarely you see that, especially with such a big O-line.
Also getting a score update from our friends in the comments section. O'Galley up 13-0. And we'll see, I think that's Caleb Woods again going up the middle, and he's not going to get anything on that one. And it'll be third down in about, we'll call it 5.
And this is a situation where, I mean, we've seen them go out of character and start to throw the football. I mean, if you're Newberry here, you've been running the ball pretty effectively. That run got nowhere, but outside of the guard, outside of the tackles, you've been able to pick up good yards. And if you're able to pick up 2 or 3 yards, it's definitely 4-down territory. I would believe so.
Well, I mean, it's going to be tough because, again, your defense has been out on the field. Cocoa just had a nice drive. You really would like to pick up this third down here if you're Newberry, as we'll see 3rd and 5. Ball needs to get to the 45 of Cocoa. Hand off to Woods. Woods is going to test it, gets it up middle, and he's going to have enough for a first down. Ball did come out. Refs are going to say, though, he was down before the ball came out, and Newberry picks up the first down at the 44.
Great explosion that time by Woods, just firing in there, and we saw the guard pull clear the way for Woods to run free.
You know, looking at this game, Caleb Woods doesn't carry the ball like 20, 25 times for this team. He's carried it 11, 17. I think one of his best games, he had 10 carries for 161 yards. I think that was against Santa Fe. I'll tell you more after this play as the first down and 10. Woods at the handoff and can't really find a hole as the dark side defense clogs up everything. And check that. That was Jamarcus Wembley. Or no, sorry, that was Woods. That was Woods on the carry.
Yeah, you alluded to it. I mean, we've 10 carries, 11 carries, 17 carries. I think he'll easily surpass that in this game the way that it's going in this first half.
Well, I think if you're Newberry, you absolutely lean on him. This is the time to do it. Give him as many touches and as many carries as you can because, again, you want to stay ahead of the sticks. Right now they're looking at 2nd down and 9, and if you can, just continue to let him run the football, that could pay dividends, later in the game. 9:40 to go here in the second quarter on the Gamers R Us scoreboard. The Tigers 7, Newberry nothing. 2nd down and 9 on the Cocoa 44. Hand off to Woods, and he's going to try and make a few Tiger defenders miss. He cannot, and leading the way in charge was Elias Wilson along with Kyrie Brooks. Trayman Wells was in the stop as well, and I think Scott even Woods lost a couple of yards on that one.
Yeah,
and
they
they are going to have a hold.
Just the same looking play. I mean, you ran it to the same side. You got stuffed up before, and no trying to intricate pulls or anything, just straight kind of zone running. And that right side of the defensive line for the Tigers is holding strong, pushing back the offensive line for the Panthers.
So we do have a hold, and it's going to back up the Panthers. So it's going to make it 2nd down and about 19.
I was curious if they were going to decline that because it would be a 3rd and 10, but you got to take 10 yards when it's there.
So it'll back up the Panthers into their own territory at the 47. So right now the Panthers don't necessarily have to throw the football if they don't want to, but got to imagine if in the Cocoa Tigers defense you're looking for something from that passing game from Kobe Johnson. Second down and 19, and we got all sorts of we got a penalty flag and everything. Mass confusion.
I mean,
mass confusion, but by the Panthers. They had guys in motion. Ball was snapped.
They didn't have guys. They had 6 guys in motion there. I don't know what happened.
And the penalty will be declined.
And
they'll take the play, so it'll be third down. So an entire wasted play.
I mean, he could have thrown an interception there. I don't know what Johnson was trying to do. He threw it into double coverage. Play's not over. Wasn't blown dead.
I think if you're the Newberry Panthers at this point, given it third down and 19, run the football, try and pin the Cocoa Tigers deep in their own end. Again, penalties have been hurting this Newberry offense.
And that
tonight.
was an odd penalty right there. That was not good sign for sure.
And they had the ball in the 45. They're now sitting on their 47 with third and 19 to go. Kobe Johnson throws, and that one is too far out in front of Hayden Moore, and that'll bring up fourth down for the Newberry Panthers.
And they look really out of sync in all levels. I mean, Woods is really the only guy that has had some type of success for this offense. Everything else has been so out of sync. A lot of undisciplined plays with the penalties, a legal man downfield on straight dropbacks. It's just a weird dynamic going on for that offense and things that they definitely have to fix and talk about.
Yeah, I mean, Kobe Johnson, that was just a rough pass. I mean, he might have had Hayden Moore, but he fired that one, and that was too far out in front. As we'll see Bush punt this one away. Tigers trying to block it, and it'll take a Tiger bounce, and it'll be down at about the 25-yard line is where they're going to call it.
Pretty good punt that time by Bush with 3 free rushers in his face.
Caden Bush right now has about 9 punts inside the 20. His longest was 58, has an average about 36.3. So Newberry does have a punter.
Which is odd because if you have a punter, usually you think you'd have
Usually
some
have a
type of kicker, right?
So we'll see the Cocoa offense after a 9-play drive capped off by a 3-yard touchdown run by Javion Scott. We'll see them start at their own 25, and can they put together another drive like that? So Scott lines up to the left of Champ Smith. Smith drop back, looking to throw, no pressure. Throws a rainbow looking for Tank White, and that's going to be pass interference, and that is going to be on Lahari DeBose, the safety, and that'll be 15 free yards for the Cocoa Tigers.
Yeah, and it may not look like a lot, but it was just enough. He grabbed his arms around and not let White reach out and make the catch. If he didn't grab his arms there, he probably was not catching that football.
If he turns his head around, too.
Yeah,
I mean, turn his head around.
He's not letting White reach out for that football, and it's a clear penalty. It's just another undisciplined play that you don't have. That was unnecessary. He was not going to catch that football. Like you said, if he turns his head and makes his hands out.
So right now, Newberry not with the cleanest half here. Cocoa Tigers, though, playing some pretty good football and offensively right back to the line. First down and 10, ball at the 40. Champ Smith, quick throw to Tank White on the screen. Tank White eludes one man, and he's be dropped by a couple more as we do have a flag that flies on that near sideline where Tank White landed.
Could be a face mask or a holding. One of those two.
In the playoffs, penalties hurt even more. You almost think about it just double to what they can do to you. It's a hold on the Newberry Panthers. Oh, okay, check that as a hold on the Cocoa Tigers. Wasn't.
Now, I saw that.
You can have holding on defense.
I saw that watching football Sunday, but I don't think I've seen it at this level. Calling a holding on the defense. It's not that normal of a play, but it's holding on Tigers.
So right now the Cocoa Tigers get backed up, and we'll see if this penalty hurts them as they're backed all the way up to the 31. So right now, first down and 20 for the Tigers. Trips bunch formation. Champ Smith, quick throw. That one almost intercepted. Not sure who he was looking for right there, but it was DeAndre Alfred that almost made the interception.
Tell you what, there was only 2 guys there, and they were both wearing white jerseys. I don't know if he got nervous because of the pressure and just kind of threw it to the ground. Not sure.
Last game out for Champ Smith, 19 of 24, 236, and a touchdown against the Rockledge Raiders. 8:35 to go here in the second quarter. On the Gamers R Us scoreboard, the Tigers lead 7-0 over the Newberry Panthers. Champ Smith with the clap, and he's going to elude pressure. He tries to run for it, and he's just going to go ahead and sit down as he's being chased by Devon Rim, along with Darius DeBose and one other Panther. As I don't know if I like that when quarterbacks just do the clap. I mean, where's the cadence? You know, where's the down set
a
hut?
good set hut. You know, get a little beef in your voice.
Yeah, exactly. Third down and a mile for the Cocoa Tigers.
And that pressure came from the right side of that line and almost looked like it was a breakdown. Looked like the offensive line slid left, and they had a free outside backer coming free. Didn't even get touched. Good job by Smith to evade it, though.
So third down and a mile here. Ball needs to get to midfield. Champ Smith looking to throw, steps into the pocket. Fires one, and it's going to be incomplete. Was looking.
Did he catch it?
Wow. Wow, it was caught. I didn't think he had it, but it was Cayman and Varys who came down with it. And the Cocoa Tigers get out of a jam, 3rd and 20-something.
I mean,
and the Cocoa Tigers offense with a brand new set of downs.
The throw and the catch, just perfect that time. What a strike from Champ Smith, finally getting some confidence back in that arm he is.
About a 23-yard gain to Cayman Varys, and Cayman Varys has been a dangerous weapon for Cocoa as we'll see Smith go right back to him, and he'll gain a couple of yards as Elijah Beckford knocks him out of bounds. Maybe a yard or two gain on that one. Actually, they're going to just go ahead and drop him right at the line. Oh, nope, they're going to give him a yard, so it'll be 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, and that time just didn't match up with the blocking there. I mean, you had 2-on-1 out there you were counting on. There's to miss a tackle, but just didn't happen. Good job by Beckford and the defense to push him to that sideline, using the sideline as a defender.
Cayman Varys, the man in motion, handoff to Scott. Scott turns it upfield, gets tackled quickly by Cody Bloodworth, and that'll be close to first down yardage. It'll be inside the 40 to about the 38. Not quite first down yardage, but it will be 3rd down and 1.
Let's just go back to Scott here. Right back to that left side of the line. Let them clear house over there.
Newberry right now with 3 high safeties as Scott will get the handoff, jukes his way up the gut, and he'll be brought down quickly by Jameer Williams, and ball will be spotted at 33.
Yeah, and Javion Scott, I mean, as a sophomore, the way he reads those holes is pretty impressive, and a skill that's kind of hard to teach for that young of a running back, being able to read it and cut inside and know where the sticks are and picking up a first down.
Right now an official's timeout, water break here with 6:31 to go on the Gamers R Us scoreboard. Cocoa Tigers leading 7-0 over Newberry, and right now the Cocoa Tigers are driving. Once we get back from this break, be the 8th play of the drive. The Panthers had this Tiger offense backed up to 3rd and 21, 3rd and 20, in a big pass from Smith to Cayman Varys to overcome that, to get this first down and continue this drive.
Yeah, and it was kind of like an off-script play that I talked about before. Smith has kind of struggled with this season, and he made a heck of a play there, identifying where the pressure's coming from, rolling away from it, and delivering a laser beam and picking up a first down, most importantly.
So first down and 10, ball will be spotted on the 34-yard line. Champ Smith as he'll drop back quickly, pump fake on that one. Looking deep, and that one is almost caught. That was intended for Zay Hawkins, who tried to catch it in the bucket, and unfortunately just ran out of real estate. 2nd down and 10 now for the Cocoa Tigers. Won't see a huddle. They get right back to the line.
First target we've seen to Hawkins in this game. And Beckford's been playing a heck of a game out there. Other than that penalty, Beckford's had really tight coverage on that boundary corner position.
Cayman Veras, the receiver in the inside slot. Tank White on the far sideline. Champ Smith, little halfback screen, and Zay Chappell was the intended receiver. But guess what? Isaiah Johnson sniffed it out and didn't allow Chappell to get the catch. Ooh. We got a flag that throws too.
I think the official pointed to his head. If they cannot get head to head, helmet to helmet there.
We'll see. I mean, I thought that was a pretty clean tackle, but it seemed like it was after the play, though, wasn't it?
It was a little late.
Oh, they're picking up the flag.
I think it was because he did do the helmet-to-helmet signal. But that was a clean tackle that time.
Isaiah Johnson doing a great job sniffing out that screen, as we'll see 2nd down and 10. Or, sorry, check that, 3rd down and 10. They just switched it, so it's 3rd down and 10. Champ Smith looking to throw. Goes over the middle of the field. He's got the catch and a Cocoa Tiger touchdown. That is Jaden Mole, the wide receiver for the Tigers, with the touchdown catch in the playoffs.
How about that? Champ Smith delivering the deep ball right across the seam. Found a gap in the zone coverage that time and exploited it. And they tack on. I mean, heck of a drive that time from the Tigers, battling adversity with penalties, able to bounce back and get it done.
10-play drive. We'll see Keelan Gonzalez on to attempt the extra point to try and make it a 14-0 lead for the Cocoa Tigers. Snap is good. Hole is good. The swing of the leg is good. And we got an extra point for the Cocoa Tigers. It makes it 14-0 with 6:05 to go in the Gamers R Us scoreboard.
Got a flag.
We'll see. 6:05 to go here in the second quarter on the Gamer R Us scoreboard. And it's encroachment. The penalty is declined, I would think. If we're declining the penalty, why wouldn't we just take the point?
What's going on here?
All right, so I guess we're not. Well, I don't know. I guess we're just going to go ahead and attempt the extra point again, and this time it is up, and it is good, and this time the extra point counts.
I mean, did we just want practice there?
I guess so.
You had a point. You take it off the board. Okay, all right. 14-0.
So the Cocoa Tigers right now in 2A, round one of the playoffs, have a 14-0 lead over Newberry right here on the Brevard Sports Network. Cocoa Tigers with a 14-0 lead over the Newberry Panthers after a 34-yard touchdown pass from Champ Smith to Jaden Mall. Wide open was Maul and able to make a safety miss, and Keelan Gonzalez swings the leg. But great catch, great pass from Champ Smith and the Cocoa Tigers offense as they lead 14-0. Keandre Williams still on his feet, trying to elude tacklers. Hits the spin move and finally brought down. Did a lot of running, but he got to about the 30, and he'll give his offense good field position.
Yeah, and for the Panthers, you need to find something. You need to stop shooting yourself in the foot with these weird penalties they got going on. I mean, these aren't the ordinary penalties. You had a false start where half the team was in motion, then the center snaps the ball. You got illegal men downfield 3 times already.
Well, you go back to that opening drive by the Panthers. It was a false start penalty. They had a 4th and 1 deep in Cocoa territory. A false start backs them up, and they're unable to convert. Kobe Johnson looks like he's going to check the play. We're going to see Zayden Wilcox and Keandre Williams go in motion. Hayden Moore, the receiver at the bottom of your screen. Now Williams in motion again. Pitch out to Woods. Woods trying to test that left side of the line. Is able to get past the line of scrimmage. Jumps, and he's going to be brought down at first down yardage. Should be right around the 40, depending upon the spot. I think they're gonna have him at the 39, so it should be second down and about 1. Yep, second down and 1.
Good run that time, trying to get outside, trying to find something different to work for this offense.
So he gets to the 39, and we'll see a trips formation now for the Panthers to this near sideline. Under 6 minutes to play. Kobe Johnson going to run with it. Slides, and he'll be down at about the 41, and that should be more than enough for a Panthers first down.
And first time we've seen that tonight. I love that play. You have the right tackle in motion, drawing it away, thinking they're definitely going to hand off the football, and good keep that time by Johnson.
Newberry right back to the line. First down and 10 from their own 41. That was something that I noticed watching film of the Panthers. They will use their offensive linemen in motion to try, either, like you said on that last one, distract, but also could see them use that throughout this game to lead block. Flag flies. Woods is going to gain about 5 yards. We'll see if this run holds up or if this penalty is going to back him up.
Was a little bit of a high snap. Usually if it's false start, they blow the play dead, right?
I would think so. Could be an illegal formation, though.
That's true. That's what illegal shift.
Illegal
That's exactly what it is.
So the penalty will back up the Panthers. And again, it's been these haven't been catastrophic penalties, but these 5 yards that just the Newberry Panthers can't really overcome.
Just these small penalties that you don't need. Easily fixed penalties that they can clean up.
And the Newberry Panthers will take a timeout. And as they do, we want to tell you about our good friends over at Gamers R Us. They are the one-stop place for Magic the Gathering, DBS, CCG, UFS, Yu-Gi-Oh!, board games, card game accessories, Digimon, One Piece, Flesh and Blood, Pokemon TCG, Dungeons and Dragons, Disney, as well as so much more. For more information, call Seth at 321-735-7057. And be sure to check them out on Facebook at Gamers R Us for the next big and all ideas happening in the store, which is located in Cocoa at 801 Dixon Boulevard.
Got a lot to learn about games. I don't know half the things you said on there. I got a lot to learn.
I was about to say, I know Pokemon, know that one. No Dungeons and Dragons, I know that one.
Yeah, those are two
Yu-Gi-Oh!
that I
remember. So I know those 3.
Okay.
I knew 3 of them.
I got 2. Well, 3. Everybody knows
I knew
the
friends that did Magic the Gathering. I never got into that one.
Okay. All right. You're a vet. You're a vet in that area. You know what it is.
All right, first down and 15 for the Newberry Panthers. Woods will get the handoff coming to the near sideline, checks it inside, and he'll get some of that penalty yardage back as he continues to churn the legs. Great job by the dark side defense. Leading the way there looked like Jacobs along with Darius Phillips and Guilford.
And that was Wimberly on the carry that time, able to pick up about 5 yards.
So the ball will get marked to the 43-yard line. So good job by Wimberley getting the penalty yardage back and picking up some to make it 2nd down and 8. Wimberley right now, right behind Kobe Johnson. Javion Long, the receiver at the bottom of your screen. Hayden Moore at the top of your screen. Looks like Hester on Hayden Moore. Going to be an interesting battle, a Gator versus a Gopher. Kobe Johnson pulls it, and the blitz was there, and it was Nate Atkins there to make the blitz, and Jermaine Waters was back there as well, but a great job. Check that was O'Keefe's battle coming off the edge.
I thought Coco was going to get a penalty there. I don't know if the quarterback tripped, but Waters was back there, wrapped him up, and when I looked back, he was on the ground again. So
Kobe Johnson.
Got to be careful.
Yeah, got to be careful. Kobe Johnson trying to outrun the arms of O'Keefe's battle. Could not do it.
Yeah, that was a great play coming down from that safety position, just reading the play that time, ready for the quarterback option.
Well, a great call by Coach DeMarcus Minifield as he is the defensive coordinator, calling that blitz right into where Kobe Johnson was going to run. 3rd down and a mile now for the Panthers. Kobe Johnson rolls out, trying to find a man. And he's going to take off and run for it, and he's not going to get much as he'll get back to the original line of scrimmage at about the 40. And we'll see the Newberry Panthers punt it away.
And again, just the play calling there, I get you want to run that play to the field side. You're on the right hash. But when you have a quarterback that's struggling to throw the football, when you're going to run left to his back shoulder, you're going to have to throw cross body to make a throw if he wanted to make a throw there. It just puts him in a tough spot with a guy that's already not in sync, just dropping straight back in the pocket.
So we'll see Caden Bush back to punt. Tigers, they get close. They're getting close to blocking it. And we'll see if ball bounces for the Newberry Panthers inside the 20. It'll be the 10th one to bounce inside the 20 for Bush on the season. It'll be at about the 16-yard line.
Once again,
17-yard line.
Had 3 Tigers back there. They're going to get one of these soon. They want it.
2:47 to go before halftime. Try and get you some score updates from around the county. I know last we saw from Paul Howard, we got 13-0 with O'Galley in the second. And Merritt Island up 14-7 over Titusville. Thank you, Paul. So we'll see the Cocoa Tigers offense now out. Again, just not quite a hurry up. They get right back to the line. But again, just kind of evaluating what the defense gives them. As Champ Smith, 3-step drop, looking to throw. And this one is going to be a rainbow to the out of bounds. He was looking for the water girl on the sideline. And that'll be incomplete to bring up 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, and that's a play we saw earlier in the season where Smith forces that ball into coverage instead of trying to get it out of bounds. So smart play that time by Smith.
You know, and that's the thing, too. I was kind of wondering what we would see tonight from Champ Smith, the quarterback. Obviously struggled in the first half of the season, had an injury in the middle. But this second half of the season, these last 3 games, and including tonight, it's played very well. Champ Smith, 3-step drop, fires a rainbow. Again, this one too far out in front. Great coverage there. That was Garvin and DeBose in on the coverage for the Panthers. Will bring up 3rd down and 10.
I mean, 2 deep shots. You stop the clock. There's 2:36. I mean, they were moving the ball just fine with what they were doing, those quick throws. And you take 2 deep shots. Now you got yourself in a 3rd and 10. And you stop the clock twice for the Panthers.
But I will say the good thing is, too, though, is that ball's not being put in harm's way. You know, Champ Smith's going to give his receiver, Tank White was the last one in on that one. He's going to give him a chance to go run underneath it. If he can't, then it's not going to be a ball that's catchable for the defense. 3rd down and 10. Ball needs to get to 28-yard line for a 1st down for the Tigers. Champ Smith, plenty of time, and that one's going to fall incomplete. Jamal Smith. And we'll see the Cocoa Tigers punt this one away after 3 quick plays.
Yeah, he had Zay Hawkins right over the middle of the field for a 15-plus yard gain. Smith just a little kind of backed up in the pocket there, didn't assert his dominance in the pocket, and just try to find that short route. But he did have Hawkins with a strong throw. It's going to end up a punt, and just 3 straight plays, 3 straight incomplete passes, and you stop the clock. You only burned about, 10 seconds off this clock, 2:30 to go. Gives Newberry a chance to score.
They burned off 17. We'll see Ramirez kick this one away, but it looks like we got a penalty flag, or at least whistles. I guess it was just a whistle. We didn't have anything. Not sure how you just – not entirely sure what happened on that. High snap for Ramirez, and he's going to keep it, and a big mistake by the Cocoa Tigers special teams, and the Newberry Panthers are going to get the ball inside the 5.
Wow. Cannot have that. And that's why it's so important that to get some yards, you're backed up way deep in your territory now at one special teams mishap, and Newberry's inside the 10-yard line.
And if I'm the Newberry Panthers, it's 3 straight handoffs to Caleb Woods.
It's got to be Caleb Woods here. Nobody else. Run behind your best offensive lineman and let him work. I mean, it's 5 yards to the goal line. You have to score here if you're Newberry.
2:23 to go here in a golden opportunity for the Panthers to get back into this ball game. The Cocoa Tigers have controlled this game for pretty much all of it here, and they've been in firm control, especially this quarter. But now the Newberry Panthers with some new life after a high snap. Ramirez couldn't get it off with all the guys that were in his face. He just did what he could, and now the Panthers are inside the 5. First and 10. Kobe Johnson now in motion. Direct snap to Woods, and Woods is going to get knocked back behind the line. And the dark side defense, let's see who led the way on that one. I want to say that might have been, that was Kyrie Brooks that sniffed that one out.
I just don't understand that. I mean, you're taking away, I know they're not going to likely pass, but you bring the quarterback out of the position. I mean, you're giving your run, the defense is just going to straight run commit when they see the quarterback go outside the pocket.
About to say, I mean, dark side defense, what a job by them to knock him back to the 5. Full house formation. Kobe Johnson looking, and we got a catch perhaps. No, we got a touchdown. Touchdown for the Newberry Panthers. Kobe Johnson. I'm trying to catch the number, and I think that might be Javion Long. Let me check that here. Yeah, Javion Long was the receiver that made the catch.
How about that grab,
on the fade
man?
Route. Yeah.
Heck of a grab that time. Good ball that time by Johnson, and that's exactly what I was talking about the play before. You bring the quarterback outside of the play, no threat to pass, and right there they keep him in, and he passes the football, gets it done.
So Caden Bush on to attempt the extra point and cut this to a one-possession game.
Got another whistle here.
All right. Keandre Williams will hold it. Hold is up, and Keandre Williams is going to pull it, and he's going to try to run into the goal line, and he's stopped by Tremaine Wells. Ball's out
loose
as well. We'll see what the call is. No signal. Okay, so we do have a signal. It's no good, but Keandre Williams made that exciting for a second. And so the extra point, the snap just a little too long, and
maybe
the pressure coming.
Maybe it's not the kicker with the stats. Maybe it's they have trouble execute with the snap and the hold. That's holding them back this season from kicking through the extra point. So crucial extra point that was. Remains an 8-point game now.
I was about to say, that kind of takes a little bit of gas out of your balloon. You get that, great opportunity with the high snap on the punt. You get the ball inside the 4, 2 plays later, you score, but you're still down 8 points. Again, if you're the Newberry Panthers, that's what you really want to do is you want to set the Tigers up deep in their own territory, try and make them go the distance on these long fields, and we'll see what the Cocoa Tigers do. We got 1:42 to go before halftime. With our offense and the way they've gone tonight, we could see them try and move the ball quickly. But it will be ultimately, do they try and go deep here? Do they just run this clock out, see what they can do?
I mean, it's been hot and cold for this offense. I mean, it's been you get a perfect executed drive, one drive, and then the next drive you get 3 incomplete passes. pretty unpredictable. I'm surprised they didn't stick to the same script that they had the previous drive with those short passes, trying to mix in the run game a little bit with Scott. But, I mean, you have still plenty of time. You got 3 timeouts, minute 42.
1:42 to go here in the second quarter in round 1 of the FHSAA playoffs. Bush will kick it off, and it'll be returnable there, and that was Chappell on the return. He'll get dropped by Jamarcus Wembley, and he'll be dropped at about the 22.
What a play that time by Wembley. A huge play, actually, preventing a big return and having to let Coco drive the length of the field almost.
Again, I think if you're the Tigers here, you see what you get on this play here. But otherwise, I'm okay with taking this ball or taking this into the half. The Tigers will get the opening kickoff in the second half. Newberry got the ball first. So, again, you don't really want to rush anything here and give Newberry an opportunity to try and get the ball back with one more opportunity before half. Low snap. Champ Smith rolls to his right. Looking to throw. Going deep. And this one's going to be intercepted by Elijah Beckford. And the Newberry Panthers have some life before halftime.
I mean, just you don't have to force the football. We said it 3 times. Just not the smartest play that time. And that was the play that Smith was drawn up. I mean, that was obviously the read there from Smith. That was the play that was called on the field. Looks like offense staying out on the field. They think
personal foul, roughing the passer
wow.
on the Newberry Panthers.
Wow.
Yeah, that one, I didn't catch that.
Wow, that's brutal for Newberry, man. I mean, you can't, another 15-yarder, another penalty in this first half. They got to be close to double-digit penalties just in this first half alone. And that you have a chance to tie up the game if you drive down the field there before the Cocoa Tigers receive the second half kickoff.
Yeah, it's going to be first down and 10 for the Cocoa Tigers instead, and they hand it off to Zay Chappell. He'll get across the 40 to 41.
They learned their lesson there.
Yeah, if I'm Cocoa, I just run the football here. You got a lead. You're going to get the ball to start the second half. I wouldn't put this ball in any terms of risk. I mean, I know you want to put points on the board and go up 2 possessions here, but again, see if you can get in field goal range. See if you can do that. You got Gonzalez, a great kicker. Champ Smith fires, and that one's going to be almost intercepted.
Oh, man.
That was Devin Gindelsberger in on the breakup.
This defense is hounding Champ Smith right now. He is all out of sorts.
Well, I think Newberry's made some adjustments in terms of I think they're looking to try and play a little man-to-man a little more often here. And, yeah, we're seeing that right away, a little more man-to-man coverage as we see a one-high safety.
And Beckford's been a heck of a player outside.
Yeah, right now Tank White lining up, I believe, in the slot. Cayman Varys on the inside slot, the near sideline. Good snap, handoff to Chappell. Chappell goes right side. He'll gain a couple yards. And it'll bring up fourth down. And it'll be fourth down and about 4. Ball on the 44 at Cocoa.
Panthers will burn a timeout. That's their second of the half. So they'll have 1 timeout and 50 seconds remaining. And Cocoa there, I think just if they picked up a first down, they picked up a first down, but they wanted Newberry to burn a timeout, so they didn't have that other timeout if the incomplete pass occurred when they get the football. Now the offense doesn't look like they're coming to the sideline here.
I mean, you got to punt this one away.
You cannot go. This is, I mean, that's
again,
fourth and
we are
3.
not the head coach. We are not the head coach. We're not the offensive play caller.
Yep.
We're just guys that, love football. And we
sending the offense out there. Wow.
See just trying to see what we see here. But again, yeah, like you said, Chase, bold. I mean, so here's the only other thing. Do we see if they try and make him jump off sides?
I think you're right. I think it's definitely a hard count. He's going to go empty here, so that also takes away the run. I mean, I don't know.
Fourth down and about 3. Ball needs to get to the 47 of Cocoa, and there's a penalty flag. And I think the Tigers just got him offsides.
Now, I think they did, but I don't know at the high school level if the offensive player has to move a hand or motion to him when he's in that neutral zone, because nobody did move when he was in that zone. He came back before anybody tried to flinch or anything. But
So
it's a first down.
Cocoa Tigers able to make him jump, and it'll be first down and 10. The Newberry Panthers now twice in these last 2 minutes have just absolutely, bungled two golden opportunities as Smith looks inside at Jamal Smith. Jamal Smith inside the 40, inside the 35 to about the 33.
That's exactly what Champ Smith needed, a quick completion, a strong gain of 20-plus yards, and trying to get him in rhythm here before the half ends.
And they got 43 seconds, and now all of a sudden the Tigers doing what they wanted to do, which is try and put the ball in the end zone. They're at least, I think, 10, 15 yards away from field goal range. Champ Smith all alone in the backfield. Clock continues to run.
So they're allowing them to take a man off the field there? Is that what just happened?
I'm guessing somebody might have had blood. I got to maybe, I don't know. That was interesting. I don't know. That one interesting to say the least. Champ Smith, 3-step drop. Now got to step up into the pocket. Looking to throw. Throws it over the head, and it'll be incomplete. Hernando Garvin in on the coverage.
Yeah, he threw a ball that he got lit up on the receiver that time. And there's a holding on the defense. Okay. I would love an explanation of what happened before that snap.
Yeah, I really would. I'd love to know what
because
that
I am
was.
very confused on what happened there. Like you said, it must have been maybe a knee pad or something like that showing. I have no idea. But a defensive holding, another penalty gives the Tigers a first down.
So right now, the Tigers just outside the Gamers R Us red zone, ball on the 22-yard line. After the holding penalty, Champ Smith all alone, 5 wide receivers. Champ Smith holding the ball high to his helmet. Quick throw, that one's complete, and it's Kaven Varys for a Cocoa Tiger touchdown.
Kaven Varys, you talked about him in the pregame. Kid has come up clutch in these last couple of weeks, and there he is again. Champ Smith relying on his guy. And how about Smith bouncing back from a couple wayward balls he threw earlier in the drive, throwing some strikes to keep this drive going, and ended up in the end zone. Great clock management. 22 seconds left on the clock.
And I'll tell you what, you and I talked about it. We said just run out the clock, and this shows why we're up here and not on the sideline.
It worked.
Keelan Gonzalez to attempt the extra point. Kick is on the way, and it is good as the Cocoa Tigers currently lead 21-6 as you're watching Class 2A Region 2 FHSAA Round 1 playoffs on the Brevard Sports Network. The Cocoa Tigers with a 10-play drive that started from their 22-yard line. They drove 78 yards in 10 plays, led by a 22-yard touchdown pass from Champ Smith to Kaven Varys. As we see Keelan Gonzalez swing the leg. Wembley now on the return. He'll be brought down around the 28-yard line.
Yeah, and how about the decision on fourth down? I mean, we were very critical of it, but it paid off big time for the Cocoa Tigers. And instead of punting it away, they ended up getting 7 out of it.
Newberry had 3 opportunities in that series to try and get the ball back, and they lost it because they did get an interception, but it was the roughing the passer call. And then that fourth down you mentioned as well. And they did have another stop earlier, but again, it's just missed opportunities by the Panthers tonight that, has led them to be in the spot they're in. They are able to capitalize on a Coco mistake, but outside of getting a short field, Newberry hasn't done a
then you
whole lot.
botch the extra point. So
Yeah.
it's just been sloppy, undisciplined play from Newberry.
First down and 10. The Coco Tigers will get the ball to start the second half. And for the halftime show, Chase, we have.
I think you're singing.
Oh, really? This is news to me.
That's what I heard through the
okay.
grapevine.
I heard this is karaoke on Brevard Sports Network. Kobe Johnson will hand off to Caleb Woods. Woods still continues to churn the legs. Flag flies. We'll see what the flag's on. It's going to be holding on the Newberry Panthers.
So on the drive before, like you said, 3 plays, 3 crucial penalties. You had the holding penalty on the defense inside the red zone. You had the roughing the passer on the would-be interception. Then you had the 4th and 5 where you jump off sides and give them a free first down. So a lot to talk about for those coaches over there on the Newberry sideline.
I think if I'm Newberry, I just kneel this one out, go to the half. You're down 21-6. Your defense has to come up with a big stop to open up the second half if you're the Panthers. We'll see what they decide to do here. And, yep, that's what Johnson's going to do. And that will do it for the half, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep, that'll do it for the first half. The Coco Tigers lead 21-6 over the Newberry Panthers. We've got nothing on the halftime show. We'll get you some score updates when we come back as well. You've been watching Class 2A FHSA Round 1 playoffs. And welcome back as we start the second half here at Richard Dick Blake Stadium as round one of the FHSAA playoffs in Class 2A Region 2 get underway. 21-6, the Tigers currently lead the Newberry Panthers, and the Tigers are going to get the ball to start the second half. And we do got some scores for you, so let's get you updated on that. 24-7, Merritt Island over the Titusville Terriers. Vieira 27, Riverview 0. MCC 7, OCP 2. Games to keep an eye on for these guys. Berkeley Prep and the Villages tied at 14 apiece. Here's one for you. Santa Fe 14, Calvary Christian 13. That game is significant because Calvary Christian was the 2 seed, Santa Fe being the 7 seed. So Bush will kick this one. We have the second half started as it will be returnable. That is, I believe that is Battle back to return it, and Battle does a nice job. He'll get it across the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
Yeah, we'll see what Cocoa comes out with. I mean, they did end the half with a touchdown. Not that it was wasn't a clean drive on their end. They got bailed out 3 different times by penalties by Newberry. So I'd like to see a clean drive. I like them to get back underneath to those underneath routes, and when the seams are there, they're there. And Smith has been hitting the seams. The deep ball not quite there this game, in the first half at least, for Champ Smith and the Cocoa Tigers offense.
So first down and 10 here. Trips formation to the near sideline. Scott in the backfield. Low snap. Hand off to Javion Scott. He'll test the left side. Flag flies, and he'll be brought down by Darius DuBose. And we'll see what the penalty flag is on. And that looks like that's going to be a holding against the Cocoa Tigers.
You know, I'd like to see a lot more of Scott this half. I like to see them attack the ground a little bit better and try to punch Newberry in the mouth and put their pedal to the.
You mean put their foot on their throat? I think that was the phrase you were looking for.
Yeah, slipped up there.
So after the holding penalty, it'll be first down and 20 now for the Cocoa Tigers. And again, the Titusville Terriers down 24-7. They're going to need a big second half. So we'll see if they can overcome their deficit. But right now, the Newberry Panthers, they face as Champ Smith fires this one long, and nobody's going to have a chance at this one. Be incomplete. Ball intended for let's see here, trying to check that number. I think that was Jaden Mall. That was the intended wide receiver, as the Cocoa Tigers will see second down and long. And with 11:34 to go here in the second quarter, the Newberry Panthers trying to get a good defensive stop.
And the deep ball's just not there. It's fully contested. It's just so tough for them to try to find something. They have to get yards on 1st and 20. You can't just throw an incomplete pass. It's not even catchable.
Yeah, Champ Smith shotgun all alone, second down and long. Steps up into the pocket, loses. I thought he lost the football, but he did not. Throws it out of bounds. Does get hit, and Jameer Williams checked it. That was Darius DuBose with the pressure. And so bring up third down and a mile for the Cocoa Tigers.
And I just don't understand the empty call there. You take away Scott from this offense, you take away the run threat, you have to get some yardage on 1st and 2nd and down. Now it's 3rd and 20. You're forced to throw a 20-yard ball at the sticks.
I think if you're gonna do anything here, I think you run the football if you're the Cocoa Tigers. But again, they don't have a running back there, so they're gonna look to throw it.
Completely takes away the run threat.
Well, at third down and 20, I don't think Newberry's looking for the run here. I think they got to keep everything in front because we have seen them give up a 3rd and 20 already tonight.
It's true.
Champ Smith, 3-step drop, pressure coming, has to get away from it, trying to run, and he's going to throw it out of bounds, and we will. All right, no flag on that one. We'll see the punting unit. We'll see Ramirez come out to punt this ball away for the Tigers, and that holding call was huge.
Yeah, and it was huge because, I said it already twice, but I mean, you're throwing the ball 40 yards downfield on 1st and 2nd down. It's just not going to help your offense. You're not going to succeed when you do that, especially when you haven't been able to connect all game.
Yeah, As throws 3 and out here for the Cocoa Tigers. That Newberry defense got a stop for him. High snap. Ramirez will get this one away. Not quite as far as he'd like. Might be returnable for Garvin. And he just gets away from it. But it'll be great field position, though, at about the 42-yard line. And that's where Newberry will start with the football.
Can Newberry overcome their first half mishaps? Their first half just complete mind-boggling mistakes that they made. So many crucial penalties at crucial points in this game. They have a lot to overcome. But this offense really needs to stick to what their identity is. They need to stick with the run. They try to get a little cute, trying to throw the football, but their game is ground and pound, and that's what they need to go to here.
I'd like to see Caleb Woods get the ball. I'd also like to see Hayden Moore. They had good success with the jet screen.
Right, little screen pass, something to get something going.
First down and 10. Handoff to Woods as he tests the right side. Has some room to run and is upended there. A nice tackle there, it looks like, by the safety battle. And are bringing up second down and about 5 for the Panther offense.
Great cutback that time by Woods. Play was supposed to go to the left side of the field. He saw the cutback lane and took advantage of it, picked up 5.
Second down and 5 here for the Newberry Panthers. 10:40 to go here on the Gamers R Us scoreboard. I almost said the scoreboard sponsor that I had like when I was back in Montana, and I haven't done that in like 5 years. Keandre Williams, the man in motion. Pitch out to Woods. Woods testing the near sideline, turns it back inside. He has the first down yardage and more, as we'll see a good push from the line. Caleb Woods' his progress is going to be stalled at the 47 of Cocoa.
Yeah, Woods such a talented runner. Like you said, get the ball in his hands and he'll make things happen. He had one rush in the second half where he ran straight into the defensive line, and after that they didn't give the ball back to him. So it looked like he had one bad rush and they didn't go back to him.
So right back to the line. Again, Caleb Woods this season averaging 6.6 yards per carry on the year. Again, this kid's got offers from USF and a couple of Big Ten schools, Indiana as well as Wisconsin. Kobe Johnson, a little bit of the option, pitches to Woods. Woods turns it back upfield, makes a man miss, ducks under a tackler, and it'll be brought down at the 35. Yet again, close for a first down.
Yeah, and this is a guy that rushed for over 1,000 yards last season with 13 touchdowns. It's in there this season. Still a great season, 635 yards, 6 touchdowns, but that elite player is in there and he can make an impact.
It's going to be encroachment on the Cocoa Tigers, and that will give them the first down yardage. That'll take them to about the 30.
Yeah, and that's a play right there you make when you're gassed as a defensive line. Just been running the ball straight through you. You're gassed trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, and you're just undisciplined.
So right now, 3 receivers to the top of your screen. Hayden Moore, the Minnesota commit, at the top of your screen. Wembley, the running back, it looks like. And it is, as he tries to make a man miss. He does. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, and it'll be second down and 10.
Impressive effort that time to get back to the line of scrimmage. Looked like they had him for a tackle for loss about 3 separate occasions there.
Yeah, again, you give credit to Newberry on this drive so far. They've stayed with what's gotten them here, running the football. And, again, I'd like to see a little bit of Hayden Moore on that jet. Yeah. And then, can just kind of see what happens. Because, again, if you can get your playmakers involved and get creative with the run game, I think that's going to be the biggest thing that makes Newberry successful tonight. But, again, also credit to this Cocoa Tigers defense. Again, just bending, not breaking. We saw Newberry get down here in the first drive of the game, and Newberry had to go for it on fourth down, turnover on downs, even though Newberry got this far into the field on the Cocoa side of the field.
Yeah, and their only touchdown coming from the special teams mishap by Cocoa. They got it at the 5-yard line, and it came on a little fade ball to the back corner of the end zone.
And Kobe Johnson doesn't like what he sees, so he's going to take a timeout with 8:46 to go here in the second quarter. Gamers R Us scoreboard 21-6. The Tigers currently lead the Panthers as you're watching Brevard Sports Network. Again, get you caught up with some scores and updates real fast. Viera up 27-0 over Riverview. Berkeley Prep and the Villages tied at 14 apiece, and Calvary Christian trailing Santa Fe 14-13. That game got a big impact on the winner of this game and who they play next week. To 6, the Tigers currently lead the Newberry Panthers. Second down and 15. Kobe Johnson with the quick pitch to Jamarcus Wembley. Wembley trying to turn field, turn direction, makes a man miss, turns it upfield finally, and he'll be brought down at about the 30. Gets it to about the 31.
Yeah, Wembley, really a twitchy runner. That's a guy that's hard to bring down when he's so twitchy like that. You don't know which way he's going to go. That time danced around, able to get a couple yards on the second down play. And getting the illegal man downfield, I just really questionable. I don't know what's being discussed in that huddle or with the coaching staff with the offensive line.
Yeah, again, when you set up third down and essentially 11 here, you got to throw the football. Unless you do run it, you go for it. I mean, I think this is 4-down territory for Newberry.
Absolutely.
Again, third down and 11. Ball needs to get to the 20 for a first down. Kobe Johnson looking for a man, going deep. He's got Hayden Moore for a touchdown. Hayden Moore all alone in the end zone.
Just pure miscommunication on the back end from Battle, and I believe that was Hester over there. Just have no clue how you let their best player get wide open in the end zone like that. But good job by Johnson to spot it and throw it on the money. Hung up in the air, but there was nobody in a 10-yard radius of Moore when he caught that ball.
No, I mean, he was all alone, and again, Hayden Moore going to Minnesota next year. Had 1,000 yards receiving last year, was a phenomenal player for this Newberry team, and right now makes a huge play to try and close the gap. Caden Bush, his last extra point, they didn't even get it off because it was a slow snap. We'll see if they can try and do that one here. Snap is good. Kick is good.
I'm a little surprised they didn't go for two there, just to try to get those points back. But they're going to elect to try to get those points back later in the ball game if they can.
21-13, the Cocoa Tigers lead the Newberry Panthers, and this game just got interesting. You're watching Class 2A action, first round of the playoffs on the Brevard Sports Network. All right, the Newberry Panthers with some life. Caden Bush will swing the leg here to get the action going once again. And it looks like it'll be Hester that'll return this one. He'll come to the near sideline. Gator commit looking for some room, and he'll go out of bounds. It'll be good field position. It'll be 1st and 10 right around the 33-yard line.
Yeah, and you got to see some rhythm from this Cocoa offense. Get back to that run game, establish the short passes. You got to get confidence in Smith. I know he's thrown a couple big touchdown passes, but it's been really hot or cold, just inconsistent play from the quarterback in this offense in general.
See, that's the thing. He was doing a nice job in the first half, and but then once we went to those 3 plays where they just threw it up, that was, that's where you kind of got some inconsistency, because he did some nice things in the first half, as we'll see a handoff to Scott with a little halfback delay, and that's going to be short of about the 35. Oh, they're going to give him the 35.
Yeah, and that Newberry defensive line is playing very well. They're causing a lot of pressure on Champ Smith. They're hitting him almost every time he throws the football. And something that I didn't have written down because they only had 3 sacks on this season.
Well, I think the 2 guys that have been causing them a lot of problems tonight is Darius DuBose and Jameer Williams. DuBose with 10 tackles for loss this season, 7 for Jameer Williams. Williams does have a sack on the year. But Williams has been able to come off that edge. There's another handoff this time to Scott. Scott spins out of it, and he'll be brought down to the 37. Gain of a yard or 2, depending. I think it's 36. So a gain of 1. 6:36 to go here on the Gamers R Us scoreboard. 21-13. The Tigers lead the Newberry Panthers. Big 3rd down here. 3rd down about 5. Ball needs to get to the 41 for a 1st down. Champ Smith checks the sideline for Coach Schneider and Coach Franco. Champ Smith, quick throw to the sideline. That is caught and knocked out of bounds. And that is Cayman Varus who makes the catch, and he'll have plenty for the 1st down as he gets it to the 45.
That's what they need to do right there, those short passes right at the sticks. Let them turn upfield. Smith is pretty accurate in those areas, letting his guys turn upfield and make a play.
And Cayman Varus this season, as of late, has 16 catches, 179 yards. He's been a weapon these last couple of weeks for the Cocoa Tiger offense.
Yeah, and he's been Smith's pretty much favorite target throughout these last 3 games. I mean, Smith's gone to him in the red zone. He's gone to him on 3rd downs multiple times so far in the game.
21-13 here in the 3rd quarter on the Gamers R Us scoreboard. We do have an officials water break going on right now. And, going back to that point, Chase, Champ Smith, you go through the last 3 weeks, 52 of 71, 630 yards, 5 touchdowns, 73% completion percentage. That's better than his overall numbers, but he's played so much better in the second half of this season. I don't know where his numbers are at tonight in terms of incompletions versus completions, but I do have to say, outside of 1 or 2 drives, I feel like he's been playing pretty well tonight.
Yeah, and outside of the deep balls, his completion percentage probably upwards of 80%. I mean, the short, intermediate passes have been right on the money, right in stride to these receivers. So, I mean, if you take away that deep ball, Champ Smith played really good.
So 1st down and 10 from the Cocoa 45. 5 wide receivers set. Cayman Varus, the man on the inside slot. Scott moves back into the backfield. Delay handoff to him, goes right up the gut, and he'll be met quickly by the leading tackler, Devin Rim, and Darius DuBose once again.
Yeah, that offensive line kind of did get a little good push there, but like you said, Rim came in there and pushed that line back himself, got in there, wrapped Scott up.
2nd down and about 7. They're going to give him the ball at the 48. So right now, kind of seeing a man look here, probably a 2-man look from the Panthers. Champ Smith throws quickly out to Tank White. Flag flies, and Tank White's going to have the 1st down yardage, but we'll see about the penalty.
It's going to be a holding penalty.
And Coach Schneider does not like the call.
Oh, I guess a legal man downfield.
So both teams struggling with that tonight.
I mean, it's a straight drop back pass. I don't know how we keep getting that penalty. I have no clue what's going on. Usually, as an offensive line, you take a 3, kind of like a pass protection set. I don't know how they're getting upfield. I'm not sure what's going on here.
So the ball is going to get marked back to the 43. So it's second down and about 12. Ball still needs to get to the 45 of Newberry for a first down.
So another costly penalty puts him behind the sticks once again.
Well, the good news is, though, is that it's second down at least. Smith, three-step drop, quick throw. This one for Jamal Smith. He's wide open, and he got the first down yardage and more. Still on his feet, and he'll finally be brought down as he's inside the 35 at the 33-yard line.
Smith once again attacking the seams. We saw it in the red zone twice, 2 touchdowns off that, pretty much the same play that they just ran there.
5:02 to go here in the third quarter on the Gamers R Us scoreboard. Cocoa Tigers driving as the Tigers pick up a Gamers R Us first down. Champ Smith, good snap. Chappell with the handoff, and he'll be wrapped up quickly. Darius DeBose along with Cody Bloodworth in on the stop. Under 5 to play here in this third quarter. The Newberry Panthers with a nice impressive drive last time out. 31-yard touchdown pass to Hayden Moore, but the Newberry Panthers right now trying to get a defensive stop to try and stay in this game.
And I like the Tigers not shying away from the run, even though it hasn't been there. They're still going back to it.
Champ Smith, good snap this time. Got plenty of time. Fires it long, looking for Jaden Mall once again, and that one's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, I think that was a good play by Smith just to throw it out of bounds. I don't think he really gave Mall a chance with throwing into double coverage there.
So again, third down and 10. We've seen the Tigers convert on a 3rd and 20 already tonight. Cayman Veras, this is his down as we see 4:16 to go in the third. Again, this is round 1 of the FHSAA Class 2A playoffs. Region 2, 5 wide receivers, low snap. Champ Smith holding, throws in the middle of the field. It's caught by Tank White. Tank White with room to run, got some blockers at the 10, the 5. He'll be knocked out of bounds. No, they're going to call it a touchdown. Thought he might have stepped out at the 1, but they call it a touchdown.
And once again, Champ Smith right over the middle of the field. Time in the pocket, delivers a strike. And how about the run after catch by Tank White? We've seen him already make some great plays early in the first quarter. This time gets his first touchdown of the playoffs. And what an answer by that offense to strike back, like you said, Newberry successful drive and just taking all the momentum out of that one.
Cocoa Tigers with a fantastic answer, as you mentioned, Chase. As we'll see Gonzalez attempt the extra point. It is up, and it is good. The Cocoa Tigers answer, 28-13, and in the FHSAA Round 1 playoffs here on the Brevard Sports Network. Welcome back. We got some score updates for you. Thanks again from Paul Howard. Merritt Island up 31-7 over Titusville. O'Galley 26-0 in the fourth quarter. Check that, Merritt Island 38, Titusville 7.
That offense is explosive.
Zephyr Hills 21, Rockledge nothing.
How about Merritt Island, huh? Running it up on
Apparently
Titusville.
they found a defense. I don't know where they picked one up, but they found one.
Looks like it.
Cocoa Tigers, Keelan Gonzalez, pooch kicks. Alfred makes the catch. He's got room to run. Going to the far sideline. Don't lose that football. And he'll be down at the 45. And good field position for the Newberry Panthers.
Yeah, and the Panthers, the last drive, no penalties on offense. So that was a success to their drive, which led to a score. Trying to get back to that success. And they found a lot of success in Caleb Woods.
Yeah, some good runs to lead the way. Hayden Moore with the big catch. 3:58 to go here in the third quarter on the Gamers R Us scoreboard. And I don't think the Panthers are done just yet. Like, this almost has the feel of a game that's about to go on an offensive explosion.
And didn't you say last time these two teams faced off, it was 0-3 at halftime?
Kobe Johnson looking to throw. He's going to throw this one out of bounds. And Kyrie Brooks was chasing him down, but he got it and incompleted it. It'll be second down and 10.
Ended up 40 points scoring in that second half.
Yeah, Cocoa beat Newberry 40-3 in the region final. That was last year around Thanksgiving. So we'll see what they can do here. Again, Hayden Moore, bottom of your screen, second down and 10. Kobe Johnson looking to the sideline for the offensive play call. Receivers, Wilcox, Moore, and in the inside slot, that's Keandre Williams. So second down and 10 after whistles. Kobe Johnson going to keep it himself this time. Turns up field. He'll dive to midfield. He got midfield. They're giving him it a little short on that one. But I thought he had midfield.
I guess they're going to say he gave himself up right there, but I don't know about that. But you saw that time. Yeah, you saw that time. Number 78 pulling from that left tackle position. Again, causing the misdirection. That's Morgan Wilson.
So third down and about 6 here. Ball needs to get to the 45 of Cocoa for a first down. We're under 4 minutes to play here in the third. Good snap, handoff to Woods. Woods trying to pick his lane, gets to the sideline, got turned upfield. Where is he going to be spotted? Because it's close.
If he doesn't get it, it's still a great effort nonetheless. Looks like he was headed out of bounds and just kind of jump cut and reached out his arm for the first down marker. We'll see where they mark it.
As I say, I think where the ref went, I think he's got it. And
you're going to bring the chains out there?
Yeah, it looks like they're going to ask for a measurement on this one.
I missed that in the NFL. They're going to the
– I mean, that nose of the football is right on the 45, I'm sorry.
So I'm confused on what they're doing. Are they bringing the chains out or –
Yep, they're going to bring the chains out, get everybody moved back. We're at 3 minutes to go here. The Gamers are a scoreboard here in the third quarter. So we'll see what happens. That nose of the football, I'll tell you what, it's right on that 45-yard line.
Got to zoom in here. It's a little blurry, but.
And they're going to call it a first down for the Panthers.
Just that kind of tip of the football. Crossing the first down marker. Heck of an effort by Caleb Woods to pick that up.
And Caleb Woods just a patient runner on that one. And, again, Cocoa Tigers defense not allowing him to get a whole bunch of yardage on that far sideline. But, again, this is a playoff game. This is the FHSAA playoffs. You're going to face good football teams. And right now, in a dogfight, I know it's a two-score game, but the Newberry Panthers trying to get back within one. Kobe Johnson going to take it himself, and he's wrapped up from behind, trying to see who that was. I think that was Jermaine Waters.
I think it was 8.
No, yeah, you're right. That was 8. That was Tion Jacobs.
Heck of a play by Jacobs.
Yeah, absolutely.
There,
where he's lined up,
he's
from
the other gap.
behind.
I mean, he came from the other gap and tripped up Johnson there.
Second down and 12 now for the Panthers offense as we approach 2 minutes here in the third quarter.
Looks like that left tackle has a call sheet on his left wrist. Rarely do you see that.
Hayden Moore, the receiver at the bottom of your screen. Good snap. Johnson looks to throw quickly. He does, and it's going to be caught at about the 40. And that would be Zayden Wilcox, the freshman receiver. And Kobe Johnson trying to plead his case to the official for something. Got to be careful there.
Yeah.
So the ball's going to be on the 39.
You got a good gain. You don't want to negate it with a
It'll be third down and about 4 now. Wilcox will come off. Johnson, he's going to go to the side.
Yeah, he's getting a call.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to go to the call. He's got a player coming in, too. Looks like the new player checking in is going to be Isaiah Allen. Javion Long, the receiver at the top of your screen. Trips at the bottom of your screen. Moore, the man in motion. Kobe Johnson throws it to Moore. Moore loses the football. It's a free ball. Hayden Moore comes up with it. And Hayden Moore able to save it there. We do have a flag.
And that's the first time we've seen that kind of triple option look. I like the idea that time by Newberry, just didn't execute it well. I mean, really covered well by the Tigers. There wasn't a whole lot to do for Johnson.
Coco had somebody, and I didn't see who it was, but they had somebody on Kobe really quick, so they really couldn't even execute it because that ball pitch was way behind.
And that's just pure film watching right there. First time they ran that all game, and Coco Tigers defense was all over it. 4th and 11. What do you do?
4th and 11 here for the Newberry Panthers. They're going to go for it. A little bit in no man's land. It's tough. I'd almost be willing to go ahead and punt it, pin the Tigers deep, and see what your defense can do. It's still the third quarter. You got 12 minutes.
I agree with you. Yeah, if you had a bit more of a passing attack, I would say go for it, but the passing attack hasn't really been there.
Johnson looking to throw, has to escape pressure, throws. It's caught by Caleb Woods, and Caleb Woods is going to get the first down and more. And Caleb Woods made the man miss, and he's able to get the Panthers new life.
We're 0 for 2 on telling them to punt on 4th down, and the other team gets it.
It's almost like there's a reason we're up here.
Yeah, we're 0 for 2 on that one. Good job that time by Woods to evade the first tackler and get the first down.
Ball sits on the 31 of Coco. Newberry Panthers with new life. Wilcox, Williams, and Moore, the receivers at the bottom of your screen. Caleb Woods, sidecar right of check that. He'll be in the pistol. 9 seconds to go here before the end of the third quarter. Kobe Johnson gets snapped, so one play before the end of the third. Hayden Moore on the screen. Moore is going to get a couple of yards and wrapped up quickly by the future Gator, C.J. Hester, and it'll be inside the 30 at the 28, and that will do it for the third quarter. The Coco Tigers, 28, the Newberry Panthers, 13, in Class 2A Round 1 playoff action on the Brevard Sports Network. And we return to action, 28-13. The Tigers leading the Newberry Panthers, but the Panthers trying and threatening here. Be second down and about. All right, we're looking at about.
Are we going to get that first down marker out there?
I was about to say, I think we're going to. Be second down. We'll call it about long 6. Second down and long 6 for the Panthers. Moore in motion. Kobe Johnson going to pitch it out to Hayden Moore. Moore looking for room to run, turns it upfield, and he'll lose yardage as he'll get backed up to the original first down yardage.
Yeah, and that was a double pass design right there. You saw Moore kind of hesitate with the ball, but it was beautifully covered that time by Darius Phillips. The intended receiver down the field was Javion Long. And once again, that's where the film study comes up crucial. Just all over the trick plays, all over the triple options. Ready for anything that Newberry throws at him is that dark side defense.
3rd down and 10. Moore now in motion once again. Kobe with the play action. Looking to throw. Now he steps up. He's got room to run. Nope, he throws it up, and it's going to be intercepted, but we got 3 flags coming from everywhere.
We have a flag on the far side of the field, and if it's an illegal man downfield,
well,
we have a flag, on the Tigers sideline right about the line of scrimmage.
Well, here's the problem, though. You got that one. You got a pass interference penalty as well, I'm pretty sure.
So instead, they're going to be offsetting. It's going to be an illegal man downfield. And once again, the offensive line maybe expecting that time Johnson to run with the football and try to get out there and make some blocks, but guess we'll wait for the call.
So pass interference on Coco. Oh, so just the pass interference. They didn't call anything else.
And Schneider's not happy down here on the sideline. I mean, he threw the flag. I mean,
I'm not entirely sure.
I mean, unless he waved it off, he could have waved it off.
Right now, Schneider giving an earful.
But I do know that official right there does not make the pass interference call.
No, but there was 2 flags that
there
were
were
over there
were a pass interference, but there was one at the line of scrimmage as well, unless they just decide to pick it up.
So now 15 yards. Ball is going inside the 20. It's at the 17. 10 minutes to play before the end of this one. Kobe Johnson in the shotgun. Quick throw, looking for more. And we got penalty flags, and C.J. Hester comes up with it. It's an interception if it stands.
C.J. Hester. Tell me that stands.
We got a penalty flag.
Illegal man downfield.
Illegal man downfield, and it's a first down for the Cocoa Tigers. A turnover for the dark side defense. What a play by the senior Gator, C.J. Hester.
I know that play worked at the 5-yard line, but 1st and 10, 10:48 in the 4th quarter, plenty of time. There's no need to force it. That's their best corner. I know you trust your receiver to make a play, but I don't understand a play call there from Newberry.
So the ball will go out to the 20 for Cocoa.
And I do have a question. How did they go downfield there? I mean, that was instantly thrown.
Yeah, I mean, well, you're trusting your best playmaker. It was a jump ball situation. C.J. Hester just came up with it.
Even if he caught it, it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah.
So I don't understand what's going on with the offensive line going downfield. That if they want to come back, that needs to be fixed.
That's the 6th time tonight. Champ Smith hands off to Chappell. Chappell with a nice run, gains a couple, gets to about the 25. They'll call it the 26.
And it looks like we got a final score. O'Galley 26-0.
Over to Veras. Thanks again to Paul Howard. He's been giving us scores all night. Again, that one's shocking to me. 41-7, Merritt Island over Titusville.
That was a quick final score. No running clock either, 26.
Well, O'Galley and Tavares wanted to run the football.
Yep.
Jam Smith will hand off once again. This one to Chappell. Chappell breaks free. Cross midfield. Still on his feet at the 45-40. And Zay Chappell with a huge run. And that could be the backbreaker.
That is what you call a dagger. Right into the middle of Newberry's chest. Right through the heart of the defense. And what I say, they stick with the run. They've seen a couple times where the run's been stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. You keep going to it, it will be there. And that's exactly what happens for the Cocoa Tigers.
34-yard run by Zay Chappell. Champ Smith will hand off to Chappell once again. Chappell will gain a couple, but Davon Rim right there to make the tackle. Chappell will gain about 3 or 4 yards there, bring up second down and 6. Ball at about the 37-yard line.
Cocoa gets a score here. This game pretty much put a bow on it.
9:31 to go here on the Gamers R Us scoreboard here in the fourth quarter. Oh, we got a penalty flag.
Oh, look at that flag. That one went up to the lights.
That one had hang time.
Somebody could have said something. Yeah, somebody said something on sportsmanlike conduct against Newberry. Which is odd because that referee was behind the linebackers.
So, once again, penalties hurting the Newberry Panthers. And we got another flag.
And that is kind of a crumble by that sideline over there.
We'll see who that was on. I don't know if that's on the sideline or a player on the field.
Looks like it was on the sideline. Wow. So if we were to tack up their penalty yards, it had to be over 150.
Yeah, I was going to say, they're easily over 100. They might be at 150.
I mean,
they might be easily over 150 with these last two.
I mean, that's 30 yards in penalties in 10 seconds.
Coach Ed Johnson having a discussion with the head official. They're still talking about what's going on. We'll see what happens.
So I'm a little surprised he's getting his discussion now and not after the first penalty, unless it was on another player.
I don't know. It's there's a lot of emotion, a lot of frustration. You know, this is a first-round playoff game. You know, Newberry's lost to Cocoa on this field before. Don't want to see another season into the Tigers. But tough one here is the Newberry Panthers defense, 30 yards and penalties, and you're pretty much, I don't even, where do they put the ball now? I think they put the ball on the 10.
Yeah, at the 10. Crucial. And the first penalty, I can understand why Coach Johnson would like an explanation, because that referee was behind the linebackers, was behind that front 7 of the defense. So I'm not sure what he heard. If a safety said something to him, I have no clue.
Got some more scores coming in. Again, thanks for everyone that's been watching on YouTube tonight. We always appreciate it. As the Cocoa Tigers right now put a touchdown on this one, you can go ahead and say, hey, Cocoa's going to the next round. Is Cayman Varys on the jet sweep. He'll lose a yard. Last I heard, Calvary Christian was up 27-23 over Santa Fe, and that would likely be the next matchup for whoever wins this one. Obviously, we're thinking it's going to be the Cocoa Tigers. Obviously, Brevard Sports Network, we love when the Cocoa Tigers are at home, so we want to see that upset so that way the Cocoa Tigers play here, because if Calvary Christian, who's the 2 seed, does win that game, Cocoa's going on the road.
A tough road game.
Very much so. Second down and 10. Champ Smith, 3-step drop, quick throw, and complete. Man was all alone in the end zone, and that was Zay Hawkins with the touchdown pass. And Chase, Champ Smith tonight, 4 touchdown passes.
4 touchdown passes, and he knew exactly where his guys are going to be. And it's just like I said, you take out those couple of deep balls, those couple of drives where it was just 3 chucks 50 yards down the field. He's been pretty much perfect up to this point, discounting those drives.
Yeah, he's been really, really impressive tonight.
And after those 15 yards penalty, that defense, that was a communication problem right there. You saw guys look at each other right when Hawkins caught that football, and things are not going well on that sideline for the Newberry Panthers. And we got a flag, some pushing and shoving. A flag in the end zone. It's going to be after the kick, it was.
So the extra point's good. Personal foul against the Newberry Panthers, and that will be assessed on the kickoff.
Another 15-yarder against Newberry.
They're definitely over 150 now.
Okay, so it turns out there's actually a personal foul on the Tigers. So instead of Newberry getting the penalty, it's going to be the Tigers catching that 15-yarder.
35-13. I mean, again, Newberry, 8:33 to go here. We've seen stranger things in high school football. We're not out of this one by any stretch of the imagination, but down by 3 possessions as they are. Again, I just don't. We'll see. We'll see.
With these penalties, it almost feels like they've taken themselves out of the ball game. I mean,
they gave him 30 yards of field
talking about
position.
these last 2 penalties. There's been penalties the whole game, but specifically these last 2 penalties, it felt like they mentally checked out after those 2 penalties happened.
Well, I mean, those are backbreaking because, again, you don't need to help the Cocoa Tigers offense by any stretch of the imagination. You set the essentially you had the ball at the 37-yard line of Newberry. After 2 penalties, they ended up at the 10, and then 2 plays later, they end up with a touchdown. So
and a touchdown where a guy was
wide open.
We'll see if their offense comes out and fight. I got to give them a little bit of respect for that, not being completely out of this ball game. And we'll see what happens.
35-13. The Cocoa Tigers with a big lead now over the Newberry Panthers. This one's a bit of a pooch kick. Wembley will be able to return it. Goes to the far sideline, still with some room to run. Cross midfield, deep into Cocoa territory, and he'll be at the 41.
Newberry wants a chance to have to score, and I'd say 2 minutes or less.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it's tough. Like, I'd love to see maybe a screen to Woods here. Do you take a shot with Hayden Moore once again? But you got C.J. Hester right there. They had the ball on the Cocoa Tigers 17-yard line. They took a shot at the end zone. They turned it over.
And I like what they're doing in the second half. They've been going to their guys, their playmakers, which we didn't see really in the first half. They shied away from them. This half, they started off with a quick touchdown, and they got all the way, like you said, inside the red zone. Just couldn't capitalize.
Well, that was a 7-point swing.
Yeah.
Kobe Johnson in the shotgun. Be a handoff to Wembley, and Wembley's going to lose yardage as Tremaine Wells, O'Keefe's battle, leading the charge.
And how about that, dialing up once again that safety blitz. They're 2 for 2 on that tackle for loss for O'Keefe's battle. Seems like they're dialing up these play calls at the perfect times if you're the Tigers defense.
I was about to say, I think a ton of credit to defensive coordinator DeMarcus Minifield because, he's down up blitzes where they're running the ball. Like, that's – again, he's done that multiple times tonight.
Yeah, and he's had his guys prepared, like that trick play, fully covered. That triple option we've seen once, one and only, and it fully covered. Like, great preparation from this dark side defense.
Johnson hands off to Wembley once again, able to stiff arm away. Wembley turns it upfield, and he'll get to – we got a flag that flies. And we'll get it to about the 40. We'll see what the flag is on.
Most likely going to be a holding. I know it's not a legal man downfield.
Yeah, holding on Newberry.
Tack another 10 onto that total.
So that will be a spot foul. So it'll move them back to the 49, so they are going in the wrong direction.
Second and a mile here, and they got to find something quick.
Kobe Johnson, second down and 16 here. High snap. Johnson looking to throw. He's got to step up into the pocket, eludes pressure. Throws it out to Williams. Williams with near first down yardage. And they're going to give him the 35.
We'll say Kobe Johnson didn't have his best game tonight, but that play, every defensive lineman was in the backfield in less than 2 seconds, and Johnson able to maneuver out of there and get his guy on the sideline.
Giving you some fans some updates. I think we just heard Calvary Christian might have gone final. I think that's what he just said. I think
did hear that, yeah.
Calvary Christian just won the game. So it looks like the Cocoa Tigers will be heading over to Calvary Christian next week for round 2. So going to be a big one for them. And again, a lot of nice things. We'll get into that in a little bit of our post-game wrap-up. We still got 6 minutes and 54 seconds to go here. But again, you know, a Tiger fan, offensively, Champ Smith, 4 touchdown passes tonight. You're encouraged.
Yeah,
this good play continues.
Yeah, and it's the only time that they didn't have success is when they tried to force things. When they were in the flow of their offense, when they were doing what they do best, and that's trying to run the ball, hitting those short routes, that opens up the middle of the field, and Champ Smith attacked the middle of the field with a passion tonight. But when he tried to let the ball loose, it just wasn't there. Stick to what you know. Don't try to go away from it. Don't try to get the big play because you need a big play. Just stick to your offense, and that's what they're going to go into next week thinking.
Trips tight formation for the Panthers. 6:54 to go in the fourth quarter. Wembley's going to get the handoff and wrapped up quickly. So it'll bring up 4th down and about 3 now for the Panthers as they try to run to get the first down.
And once again, that's another blitzing backer coming through there, making a tackle for loss. And the Tigers' defense has played incredible tonight. I know Newberry has had some issues with penalties, but they haven't let up. They've really fixed their mistakes from the first half, which is missing tackles. I haven't seen a whole lot of that in the second half.
I was going to say, outside of the botched punt, you know, Newberry was inside the 5. You know, your defense backed up in that one. That's tough, but they've only given up truly 1 drive, and this dark side defense has done a really nice job tonight. Again, you know, a ton of credit. We talked about it at the beginning of the game. That offensive line is pretty big. This defensive line for the Tigers has done a nice job reasserting the line of scrimmage. As Johnson looking for more. That one falls incomplete, and it'll be a turnover on downs as the Cocoa Tigers will take over. And I think that's going to do it for us here tonight. I know we got 6 minutes to go here, Chase, but
it just
3 possessions.
It just feels over on the field. That offense just has no spark. That offensive line just allowing pressure play after play. I'm telling you, after those couple penalties, these guys have kind of checked out. I hate to say that. You know, as a former player, that's the worst thing that you can do. It doesn't matter how much you're losing by. When you feel like your team has checked out, it's got to be the worst feeling in the world.
As the Cocoa Tigers, you know, let's recap what we've seen so far this evening. We had a Javion Scott 3-yard touchdown run back in the first. And then it's been the Champ Smith show because he's thrown passes of 34 yards, 22 yards, 33 yards, and 11 yards for touchdown passes tonight. You know, you got Jaden Mall that's caught a touchdown pass tonight. Caden Varys has caught a touchdown pass tonight. Tank White and Zay Hawkins have caught a touchdown pass tonight. So on top of those 4 touchdown passes, Champ Smith has hit 4 different receivers for those touchdowns. And we'll see Varys on the wide receiver flare route, still on his feet, knocked out of bounds. And a little extra shoving out of bounds, and Varys will be knocked out of bounds at about the 45-yard line.
Yeah, just spreading the ball around well, and that's one thing that a team can't prepare for. Going into next week, you have Calvary, and it's tough for a defense to prepare when you can spread the ball around to so many different guys. And Champ Smith's done a great job at that, along with Chappell and Scott in the backfield, just a lot of different weapons that they can go to and rely on.
2nd down and 2 with 5 minutes to go. Low snap, handoff. That looks like Scott back in the backfield. Was that Chappell or was that Scott?
That was Chappell.
Chappell, okay. So it will be enough for a Cocoa Tiger first down at the 48. 5:44 to play here on the Gamers R Us scoreboard here in the fourth quarter. Again, proud sponsors of tonight's game. Gamers R Us, as they're back on BSN supporting the Cocoa Tigers. And if you have a gamer in your life, you are in luck because Gamers R Us is a growing gaming community focused on cardboard, tabletop, and video games. We host the casual and competitive tournaments for Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Dragon Ball Super, and more. For more information, call Seth at 321-735-7057. And be sure to check them out on Facebook at Gamers R Us.
Time Smith hit Zay Hawkins with another flare route that he hit on the first down play.
Cocoa into Newberry territory as they're in the 44. Again, just you want to run this clock out, milk it, get out of here.
Get out of here healthy.
Exactly, because you do have a trip to Calvary Christian next week. Again, the Cocoa Tigers, three-time defending state champions, going for that four-peat, defending their title.
So much to live up to, this program tradition. And this team has done a great job with all the pressure that's been put on them, bouncing back.
Came in Varys with the fake hand, and then it's going to be Chappell with the handoff. Chappell dives across the 35. It'll be at the 33-yard line. Another good run by Zay Chappell.
And this offensive line just wearing down that defensive line and doing a great job.
So right now the Cocoa Tigers continue to just churn this clock. This thing can't run fast enough for the Cocoa Tigers, and for the Newberry Panthers, this clock can't slow enough. Again, some scores from around the county. Merritt Island, big over Titusville, 41-7 the last time we saw it. Calvary Christian did win, 34-30 final, thanks to Paul Howard. Appreciate that. And MCC with a pick six. Thanks to Big Ray on that one. They're up 21-4, MCC is.
21-4?
Yeah.
4, huh?
Yeah.
Huh.
I don't know if OCP's playing baseball or not.
I don't know. 4.
Usually I have to yell that on the golf course.
Yeah. Two safeties.
41-7 last time we saw Merritt Island and Titusville. But here's the main thing. I know this. Coco's playing next week.
Yep. A lot of these Brevard teams are playing next week.
Second down and 12. Jet sweep out to Tank White. White's going to be tripped up, and he'll go out of bounds to about we'll call it the 30-yard line.
I know this game isn't over, and Cocoa doesn't have all the depth in the world, but I don't know about running one of your best receivers on a jet sweep here with 3 minutes to go. Just trying to stay healthy out there. You never know what could happen.
Oh, very much so. Third down and 5, and trying to catch the Panthers offsides. Does not work out in their favor. Handoff once again to Chappell. Chappell turns it upfield across the 20 inside the Gamers R Us red zone. And they're going to put him down at about the 15? Yeah, it looks like about the 15-yard line.
Yeah, one more first down will end this game. Wow, they're running hurry up here. I don't know. Okay.
As I said, I'd just continue to run the clock, but all right, they're going to hand it off once again to Chappell. Chappell's nice juke move to his left, and he's in the end zone for a touchdown.
Chappell wanted that touchdown. How about this? 6 touchdowns, 6 different players.
Yeah, that is exactly very, very impressive here this evening.
I mean, that's a stat you never see.
So right now, 41-13. Game kind of eerily similar now to last year where Cocoa won 40-3.
Coming
Keelan
out of
Gonzalez.
halftime, just tacking it on.
Well, yeah, at half we were at 21-6. And, you know, you go back to the start of this game, start of the second half. Cocoa's up 21-6. Newberry gets their defensive stop. And then you get, 7 plays, Hayden Moore on a touchdown catch. It's 21-13. But then the Cocoa Tigers answer. And it just goes on from there. Unfortunately, the Newberry Panthers were never able to respond, especially after that interception by C.J. Hester.
Seems like that was really the momentum shift and the last shift in this ball game.
Really did, because I think had Newberry scored on that one, it would have been 28-20, something like that. It's still been with one possession, but
it would have been back-to-back touchdown drives. So it could have had a totally different outcome on this game.
Well, and I said earlier, I thought we'd see an offensive explosion. We certainly did. The Cocoa Tigers really exploded offensively.
We just said it, but eerily similar to last year. What just happened?
You look at what they've done. 4 out of their last 5 drives have been touchdowns.
Efficient, on the ground, through the air, whatever it is.
And this one's going to take a hop as this one's going to be picked up by Hayden Moore. Moore looking for room to run. He's got it. Cross midfield, the 40, the 30, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
Uh-oh. You cannot get suspended for next week.
You really cannot.
You have to back up if you're the Cocoa Tigers. Newberry has nothing to lose right now. They are going to do everything to make you mad, to get in your head. The last thing you can do if you're the Cocoa Tigers players is get ejected and miss out on next week's game. Oh, this could be trouble. I don't know who was involved.
You don't like to see the officials huddling up like this. Hayden Moore, though, with a great return. We'll see if it stands.
But, one little push that got a little too high on the face mask, you're done for next week if you're a Tiger. That's all it takes. And this is going to go for review. I think every unsportsmanlike goes for review in the playoffs. Pretty sure. Long discussion out there.
Very much so.
Makes me think maybe punches were thrown.
So personal foul against Cocoa. Unsportsmanlike against Cocoa.
I believe that's against Newberry.
No, I think they signaled it only to Cocoa.
Nobody got ejected, so that's good for the Tigers.
Yeah.
There was 4.
Check that. That was Newberry. Newberry was on this side.
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad. I'm sorry. That was not on Cocoa. It was not 2 penalties on Cocoa. It was 2 penalties on Newberry. We had the wrong team. I apologize. Got all sorts of confused.
Yeah. I think they're
because the play was way over here and everything was back here.
I think they might be a little confused. There's a lot going on there. Usually you don't see 3 penalties called on the same team, especially in a scuffle like they usually see offsetting or something like that.
You'd think. So a big return for the Panthers is wiped out.
This could be a 30-yard. You stack.
Well, yeah,
you
it was
stack
because you look
fouls?
at it, he was knocked out of bounds at the 30. Look where they're back at. They're back at their 37, 38-yard line. Yeah, 30 yards and penalties right there.
They're inching on 250. New quarterback.
Hayden Moore will go around the outside, gets the sideline, makes a man miss. He'll get first down yardage and brought down at about the Cocoa Tiger 45.
More whistles. Timeout. They'll have one remaining.
So 42-13. Coach Ed Johnson wants to put a drive together here.
End the season on a high note. I don't mind that. I like that.
See if we can get some other scores from around the Brevard Sports Network array. Looks like Vieira's done for the night. I think they got a big win. I think we're the last game going.
This has been quite a long game. I mean, we've been live now for about 3 hours. Quite a long game. Lots and lots of penalties. And Cocoa, I mean, they had a chance to end it on their last drive, but they wanted to get in the end zone.
We are the last game. Merritt Island's done, MCC's done, and Vieira's done.
Yeah, they had a chance just to end this thing, but they wanted to keep it going and keep the scoring party alive.
Wembley will check in.
Coming out of the timeout.
Ford.
Confusion, which is never good.
Kobe Johnson will pitch it out to Woods. Woods trying to get the edge. He does, turns it upfield and goes out of bounds. And he had probably the 38-yard line is what it looked like, 38, 37.
Stop the clock. And I like that Woods is in this ball game. Shows that he really cares about this team. I mean, he has a future. He's going to go play college ball somewhere at a nice big school, play some competitive football, but he's not giving up on his team.
Caleb
Usually
Woods,
two guys sitting down.
Yeah, got offers from USF, Big Ten schools. Newberry Panthers were 5-5 coming into tonight. Cocoa Tigers were 5-4. Woods gets the handoff. Being patient, and it'll be wrapped up quickly. And he was wrapped up by Christian Walker, the young linebacker. And we are under 2 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter.
And once again, it's those safeties coming from the back end, just wrapping them up and bringing them down. Another TFL.
1:37 to go here in the fourth. Again, folks, keep it posted here to Brevard Sports Network. I imagine we will have a post-game show. At least I think we will have a post-game show tonight. Try and recap all the teams that were in playoff action this evening. Kobe Johnson in the shotgun. Woods to his left. Johnson will step up looking for a man, and he's going to be sacked, and I think that's going to be Elias Wilson. We'll see. Yeah, I think that was either Wilson or Tremaine Wells. 43 seconds to go. So Cocoa knows who their next opponent's likely going to be.
Close game.
Yeah.
34-30.
34-30. Yeah, and Cocoa will be traveling to Clearwater next week. 13 seconds to go here. Likely the final play. 4th down and 12.
I don't think they're going to snap it.
I'd throw a Hail Mary here.
Why not?
And it's going to be young man. That's going to be Dalvin Crawford on the handoff, and that's going to do it. Your final score, Cocoa 42, the Newberry Panthers 13. As the Cocoa Tigers pick up another win in the playoffs, they make it to round 2, regional semifinals, getting that 1 week closer to playing on Thanksgiving. Chase, your final thoughts tonight.
Heck of a game by Champ Smith. Heck of a game from this dark side defense. This defense was honestly the MVP of this ballgame. Like you said, the punt muff. Newberry got it at their own 5. Pretty hard to stop that. So really only allowing 1 touchdown drive in this whole ballgame is pretty impressive when you got a couple of guys like Caleb Woods and Hayden Moore on their sideline. So good job by that defense. Good job by Champ Smith. And good team effort from the Cocoa Tigers. And a lot of momentum headed into a tough game next week in the second round of the playoffs.
They will have a tough one. Again, keep it here on the Brevard Sports Network. We'll let you know what's going on in terms of games we'll have next week as we've got round 2 action here on the Brevard Sports Network. But very exciting, and congratulations to Coach Ryan Schneider and the Cocoa Tigers getting another win here in the postseason as they continue their quest to make it 4 straight state championships. So for Chase Alexander, I'm Anthony Knockreiner. This has been a presentation of Cocoa Tigers football on the Brevard Sports Network, brought to you by our great sponsor, Gamers R Us. So thank you to Gamers R Us for once again sponsoring tonight's game. Again, have a great night, folks, and check out the Brevard Sports Network Facebook.